You done the fade.
Mic check.
I did the fade.
You did the fade.
Hello.
Is it me? I've just had a skin fade.
You always start off with that, don't you?
It's Jay's finger, isn't it?
Do it again, one more time. Hello.
It's his signature now.
Is it
I got a semi then, Jay. Of your own voice.
Yeah.
Hello. Yo, guys. Welcome back to the Yorkshire Vapor podcast. It's the People's podcast.
It is.
It is, so it's your podcast. We're just your slaves. So if you don't want to like and share the podcast, that'll be sick.
Still need to option
That would
that button for either like
For,
and share.
for Martin's one, innit? Yeah, we
Definitely.
do need to do that, man. So yeah, welcome back, guys. We are here. We didn't do Monday because obviously it was bank holiday.
No one can be bothered.
Was it bank holiday?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was bank holiday. So
Paul's hosting a watching party,
if you missed us,
removing all the viewers.
go.
Is that what I've done?
Standard Paul.
Should have just shared
Hold
it, bro.
on,
Why'd you
hold
have to
on.
be so awkward, man, all the time?
Standard Paul.
Hold on.
Standard
Paul-
Paul movements.
We do a community based
Mhm.
TYV live feed. And
Selfish.
Paul puts up one of those
Share.
yellow ratty diversion signs
Yeah.
Share.
and
there we
directs
go.
it to the other group of 3 people that follow him.
So they're all going to comment in that one,
Yeah,
not
like,
this one.
yeah, bro.
I've sorted it
Fine
now.
about-
There we go.
It's
Paul
just
sorted it. Paul has sorted it.
go on, Paul.
Have you seen how
Boost the
pale
viewers up now.
I look next to Paul?
Yeah, but that's not the fucking camera. You look that pale sat next to Paul now.
God, look at that. I look dashing on that screen.
You're
Don't I?
blending in with the wood of here at the wall at the back.
You know this
Paul
t-shirt?
sat there with his fake tan, his fake Tommy Hilfiger.
I bought this.
Heel finger.
I bought this t-shirt yesterday, right? And I
the
was
podcast.
well excited to wear it today, and I've already spilt. Where is it?
Did it come in a clear packet out of it?
James Clark said hiya. Top fan.
Hi, Jim.
Hi, top fan.
Hi, lads. Hello, Lisa. Hello, Ryan. How you doing, Mr. Jason Dews? I said I'd watch Mark Morris.
Wagwan.
Is that the
How
Mark
we doing?
Morris?
It's the Mark Morris.
No way.
Mr.
No,
Morris of the
Welcome.
Morris mod.
Ah.
No way. Welcome, dude. Your mods are badass.
They are badass.
They are when people don't drop them.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, that is true story. That's true story. But Mark is on with it. He's well on with it.
Easy though.
Quite nice that he is,
Yes.
though, to be fair.
What does he do? Make
He
mods?
dropped it.
Thanks, mods.
Well, he makes mods, but unless Jay gets hold of him, then he has to fix broken
He
ones.
makes really,
Right, I see.
really high quality mods. And
Has anyone got one here?
yeah,
Jay had one.
I've got one.
Mine's currently getting repaired.
Is
Jay dropped it and broke it in 2.
it like when you buy a
Did he do
Renault?
RSM as well? Surely that's Mark as well, isn't it?
Because the tube that you use, that's used by mod makers. There's quite a few mod makers that use that tube. So
Got a bit weird then.
still nursing.
Hi, Mom. Philippa.
You said I'm still nursing. He's like, hi, Mum.
Hi, Dale. Hi, Ryan. Welcome all your faces, man. As I say, if you want to drop it a share, put it in some vape groups or wherever, put it in a banter group, man. Let's get some people giving some shit.
Just share it to everywhere.
Yeah,
Selling
just
groups.
Share the shit out of it.
Babysitting groups.
How much do you think we could get for Mr. Paul Young?
Fucking kind of Red Bull.
A refund.
How much? What, you offering me out?
Expo this weekend. We're excited. Hey, everyone that's going to Birmingham Expo. What's everyone laughing at?
Never mind.
Well done and enjoy yourself. But 2 of you are going to Germany. We're going overseas.
Yeah.
That's not the only place we're going soon, is it?
Hi. How come Stacey's got a new Facebook pool?
She put a photograph of me naked on Facebook last week, and it got removed, it got reported, and then she lost her
Do you
Facebook
know
from
what
it.
it is? Do you know what it is?
They literally
Paul's
took a
done that.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Stacey's posted a photo of his tiny dick, right? And he's gone, fuck that now.
Nah.
My tan's running off.
She-
Yeah.
What we did
He
was
started sweating, his tan ran off his face.
5,000 friends complaining.
no, we had an argument. We had a bit of an argument in bed, and I hit her with a pillow, and then she booted me out of bed and told me I couldn't get back in bed, so I was laid on floor, and I managed to snag a pillow, and I was laid on floor face down with my arse out, and then it got reported on her Facebook.
Paul
taken off.
definitely reported it.
Was your bollocks
James,
hanging out the
slammer
back?
it up.
I would have slept when it got taken off.
If you share it anywhere, man, let's go.
Yeah, I bet a lot of things get taken off when people have reported it are asleep. It's
bet-
just, you reported it. She's lost her account because of it, Paul. What
Well,
do you have to say for yourself?
I was unconscious at side of her. She knows I didn't report it.
She don't know. She seems concerned when I speak to her.
I didn't see the comments on it. I don't like that. Well, there's some
Well,
comments.
you
on
would
it.
have done because you reported it.
I didn't see it. That's what I'm saying. I never seen it. I just got a friend request
I
So-
did see this.
I know,
image.
I didn't
You
get
look
it
like a
because
melting
Soph did.
candle on floor. Like
Fuck
your
off.
ass right
The-
baggy.
It looked like a melted candle because all fucking wax ran off it.
Guys, we have got some topics, but if you want to hit
I've
us up
got
with some-
my Shane of the week. I've decided that's a new thing. Shane line of the week.
We need a rotating picture that comes up as Shane's head.
Yeah.
It's a Shane road. Yeah, like a Batman entry symbol. So I have my Shane of the week. One, are we all aware? We all saw that Shane's quitting vaping. You don't know who Shane is. Shane's a regular customer of ours and possibly a friend.
I want to know where he got all that juice from. Can you buy that?
36
Yeah,
bottles.
he has.
36 bottles of Bavarian alone on that picture.
He ain't bought that.
No, he's won quite a bit of it, to be fair, but he has bought quite. He does buy it frequently. So Shane's was quitting vaping last week, like in a month's time. So he's set a date for quitting vaping, but he wants to do sex.
Makes sense. Sussex is a bad.
Yeah, they're really good for people who are going to continue to fucking use them.
Now at the Pudsey store
Yeah, in stock.
in stock.
And the second one, right? And,
Selling
and
quick, though.
Shane says that I'm wrong. Did you happen to see what I commented on his shit yesterday? He posted a picture of his cat, like, oh, stroke it, like a bit of bestiality stroke it was.
What I seen the comments, but it looked like one were missing, and
Yeah.
I didn't get what
the
were
one
missing.
the one that Shane said he didn't delete, but he definitely did.
I seen the comments, but
I
then
said to
why
him-
would Dal delete the comment?
What were the comments?
I didn't see this.
I
Tell
made
me.
a
tell me.
comment. He was stroking his fur, but he was saying, "Oh, kittens soon." Or like, "Fuck's sake, you literally never surprised me, Shane. You're going into selling kittens now." I says, "Man," and then I tagged Paul in it, and I says, "Paul, what are you betting that he'll get a tip at 3 p.m. entry one Saturday? He'll sell them at a week old, so he can go put 200 quid in it and come back with fuck all, and loads of kittens are gonna die." Right? He's like, "No,
Wow.
and then he come back saying, nah, they're going to go to correct homes, correct people for the correct price, or like a car. But, yeah, right. He said, if I have over 3, kittens fire out about 15 of the cunts. Everyone knows that. Right? He's like, nah, they're going to the correct people for the correct price at the correct time. And I'm like, the correct people
eBay,
isn't
auction.
car boots.
I know.
He's going to turn to a car boot with a fucking Fiji banana box full of kittens with a bit of chicken wire over top going, kittens!
Shane, I know.
Kittens, 20 quid.
Ding ding. ding, ding.
I know you're quitting
Kittens for
vaping, mate.
sale.
But
Bell end, get your kittens.
Soph
That was-
wants a cat, and you want a Sussex RTA. I'm the man. Come on. Oi, John, Goodall. Nice to see you today.
Paul told me though you shouldn't buy one of the kittens off Shane if he sells them because one, they'll only be 3 week old.
And they
when he
got
tells you they're 8
rabies.
week. And he said Paul said that he never washes his house, so he said the cats will be riddled like the first cats in history with syphilis.
John, Max at the warehouse, and that's where our podcast is based, which obviously is where we manufacture the juice. And I was lucky enough to cop a bottle. This was actually the last bottle on the shelf till tomorrow, wasn't
That is the last bottle.
it? There's one right there, actually, and there's a full range there.
Oh yeah,
I didn't even realise till just. And Dale tried to take it because he's just been an arsehole.
he's stolen it.
Stacey's here now.
Actually,
Stacey, send this photograph to Stuart.
Technically, you've stolen it. And
Don't send me no photograph of your small
No,
ginger
you're going to
penis.
see the photograph that got taken off.
Jay,
Facebook.
hurry up home. I'm getting killed by an apex.
Yes. Apex playing things.
Who's seen
Hang
it?
on, you would definitely. Apex is the one.
Yeah, it was when it
One.
come out.
He's the one for 2
It was when it
hours.
come out, but then when you get playing it, it's just...
And everyone
Shit.
got better.
Yeah. Fuck this. Fuck it.
It's mad, isn't it, though? You can play a game from the second it launches for 6 hours, and yet some usually mad
12-year-old
usually
kid
Chinese 12-year-old
Yeah.
kids are absolutely insane on
shoots
it.
you in the face once. I'm like, I've just walked around for 45 minutes. I've got the baddest gold armor, and that little prick shot me
Has
straight
now
in
got
the
the
face.
baddest armor.
Yeah. Oh, fuck this game.
I think Battle Royale games are shit.
It's
Yeah.
like when they do Call of Duty and they do midnight release and that, and they all go home and play it straight away. And then, like, after you've been on it for like half hour, there's people
not
that are
the same
prestige like
anymore,
3
though.
times.
Yeah.
It's not. Do you not agree? Like streaming and whilst it's convenient, it's not the same anymore. I used to love going to Asda and game and queuing up for games and getting a
I used
physical
to-
copy.
I used
Now
to
it's
love-
like, oh mate, I'm going to queue up.
Going into
The game meant more to you, didn't it? You enjoyed the
Yeah.
game more.
You'd
do you know
go
what I
into
mean?
Curry's, you'd go into PC World, them kind of places,
Asda.
and you'd go over and
Blockbusters,
you'd play
bro.
them.
Yeah.
First, you'd try them out, and you don't get that. Really.
What last game you queued up for like after 12 at midnight?
Modern Warfare 2.
Monopoly, Jay.
GTA,
Naked Monopoly.
GTA 5 when that was
Same.
launched, like 7 years ago. So
Where did you go?
I will queue at midnight
Leeds
for a
City Centre.
PS5.
See, I did
Yeah.
Tesco at Bramley
I'll queue
Centre.
at midnight for
If I've
PS5.
got the poke, I'll
not
definitely
Bramley
queue up for a PS5. 100%.
Would you do that? Queue at midnight for PS5? I would.
for a console, I would
Reckon-
because I'd buy multiple and just flip them the next day.
Jay should, Dale should get us a PS5 for like, you know, just for, I don't know.
Just for a present.
Help me, boys.
Well,
As a wedding
How
gift.
much do you reckon they're going to be?
A grand.
700 quid.
900, I'm saying.
700. We'll have a £5 pool on it. £700, whoever's closest.
Let's do it.
£700.
I'm saying closer to 9.
So 9.
That's not a right affordable console for a lot of people.
Yeah, but it's got a fucking 1080 fucking TI 6 gear fucking all that shit.
The thing is that in 2020, it don't matter.
And me, James.
Kids will find a way to fleece the parents from, and we'll find a way to not pay for something to get.
I used to say fleece our parents, and my mum ain't having none of that. Mum was £1,000 computer. Fucking go and get it in, you twat.
What are you saying, Jay? Are you down for this poll?
I'm saying a bag of sand, I am.
Grand.
You're saying
Stu
7
just lost a
solid.
fiver.
You're saying 7. I want to say I paid for my last one. I paid 550. That
Snap.
was me paying £50 over because there were 500, but some guy had bought 5 consoles and I bought it off him because it sold out everywhere. The next day, my console, my PS4, is day 1 edition.
Paul's still got a Game
Mine's
Boy.
still kicking.
Paul's not a gamer.
It's gonna die now, but I'm gonna say
What are
650.
you doing there?
So you what a cunt.
650.
If it comes out at 675,
No way.
I'm having it because you
You
round
ain't,
up.
you ain't going to come out at 650 if the like, PlayStation 4 like come out like, you know, whenever it come out was 5.5.
It's not going to be a grand.
It's going to be closer.
Bet you anything it will. I am.
You've got inside info. You have.
got the same info you have because of all my boys at Sony. Look at that. As soon as we mention a £5 bet, James is on it. 850.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on it. How come I can't see
10 to 1
Paulie D, man? Paulie D in the building. What a fucking guy.
Paul, same amount.
800.
Paul's lost.
Down. No,
Everything's getting expensive now. Have you seen that new Samsung phone that they've just fetched out? What is it, about £1.5 or something?
Samsung will fucking snap.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Huawei said the same thing, didn't
The
they?
what?
Huawei. They said the same thing. We make a cheap phone, full of gear, blah, 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 blah. £1,000.
All the gear, no idea.
We're in an era now where
It's
everything's too
750.
expensive.
It's 7. If you compare the technology in that phone to its competitors, it is a cheap phone. Yeah. But that's cheap is in whatever cheap is relevant to the context you put it in. The Huawei P30 is cheap compared to its iPhone counterpart, compared to its Samsung counterpart.
The new,
seven-
new,
a seven-
the new,
I told you. See how he
even
knows.
more, though.
You see how he knows all this fucking
But
information.
The 7,
It's weird.
Yeah, but it's tech.
that's
Dale's
tech
all. It
common
loves his
sense.
tech.
This is why you threw the PlayStation bet out, because you're going to nail it to a penny. You'll be like $649.99 or something like that. And
700.
he knows, bro. I'm telling you.
But then a 750 quid phone is not cheap.
It's rumoured
at
to be
all.
around 400. It's never had a graphic cards in it. It's like £2. It's got. What's it got in it?
They haven't announced what's going in it.
Well, they have. There's a
Yeah,
thing.
well,
on it.
what they've announced to go in it is the same graphics technology they use to make Avatar films. So the same
Yeah,
special
they're
effects
Google
technology.
Google have said their console is going
What's
to
going on?
smash
Oh, that's
Xbox and Sony.
Yeah, but then Microsoft said the Xbox will smash the PlayStation. and better luck next
850.
time.
I'll be in the pool. Fuck.
I'm
James.
selling my Xbox. I bought an Xbox so that I could have the generation of consoles in front of me because I think it looks cool. And if I ever want to play an Xbox game, then I realise the only game that's essentially Xbox only is an absolute bag of shit.
Nah, I
Forza.
disagree. Man, Gears of War now. Now come on.
Here's what was it.
Bad
You
boys,
can play it on
Halo.
PlayStation, can't you?
Nah.
It's play Halo on PC.
Microsoft only. Yeah.
Halo,
play
well,
on
it's
Xbox.
Microsoft, isn't it?
Yeah. I fucking owned on PC as well.
Halo was sick.
Blood Gulch.
The first
Best
Halo
map.
at the end when
Capture
you're in
the flag,
Warthog,
mate.
just fucking.
Yeah, Capture the Flag on Blood Gulch, mate. One of the best maps ever.
I love that game.
Right. That's it was
$600 to $800 apparently it's on the PlayStation site, roughly.
Told
I
you.
would put that around 700 quid.
Oh yeah, true. In dollars.
And 800 and 60.
Gears of
And
War,
we're
James
talking
knows.
pounds here,
You're
not
out at
dollars.
running.
We're talking pounds here, not dollars.
Who said dollars?
No, he said dollars. We say between
was gonna
$600 and
say.
$800.
How come you switching it up?
No,
dude?
someone in here said between $600 and $800.
Oh.
And I've said, no, it won't be $600, $800. Over here, the thing is, the sad thing is, if it's $800 in America, it's usually 800 quid here.
Yeah.
Because you look at Apple, an iPhone is significantly cheaper in America. I was in America when the iPhone 5C launched, and it was dearer over here, a lot dearer.
That was a question I had to ask you. Are you off up to 6 acres to go see Paul Gascoigne and Vinnie Jones?
How that were well random.
I know.
That seems
Paul
like a
Gascoigne's
question
in-
you could have asked me when we
Ain't
were
Gascoigne
doing this.
dead?
No, Paul Gascoigne and Vinnie Jones are at 6
Paul
Acres. They're doing
Gascoigne
an evening with.
When?
The 6 acres.
Yeah, 6 Acres.
When?
I love it there. It's
Yeah,
banging,
but
isn't it?
you wouldn't expect to do an evening with you. Can
I'm
get about
down,
40
Paul.
people.
Vinnie Jones, he's a fucking legend.
I know, that's what I was thinking
He's
as well.
advertising life insurance now.
Standard.
You can get VIP packages as well, where you get to meet him and your photographs taken with him. 150 quid a ticket.
Fuck that, I ain't paying that. He's an arsehole.
I'd pay that.
Fuck Vinnie Jones.
Yeah, but
Every time I see James
Gazza, you know
Clark,
that
his
Tyson
name.
Fury fight I went to. Gazza walked into the ring with him.
Tyson Fury's doing a thing in Leeds as well soon, isn't he? An
Fuck,
evening with
I
Tyson
can't
Fury.
stand him.
love
I
him.
hate
think
Tyson
Tyson
Fury.
Fury.
Yeah, he's a muppet.
I think he's
I
a
think
lad, mate.
brilliant.
He's
Yeah.
a muppet.
Redeemed himself.
Punch yourself in the face. He's a sausage. Right, I wanna crack on with some
Content.
yeah, with some topics what I've got here. And I did mention this to you earlier, which I thought was really good. And I don't know if you've seen it. So Dal shared a memory earlier on Facebook from 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And there was him, Big Tom, and James Clark.
Yeah.
And that was TYV. And I think personally, in 3 years, which is like been a slug to you, do you know what I mean? Because you've grafted, you've fucking broke your back, you know, you've done whatever you can to get where you are. But I honestly thought it was way longer, bro. Like it took you way
No,
longer.
we'd been manufacturing about 9 months. We did juice
Prior to
before.
that.
Yeah. 9 months prior to that is when TYV started. Then 9 months later, we opened the first shop. We manufactured before we had the shop.
And I think fucking fair play in 3 years
A
from
manufacturer who opened a shop.
Yeah.
Not,
Yeah.
not a shop
Who
who
opened-
started
yeah.
to make juice.
yeah, and for 3 years from the shop, from 3 staff to obviously Dale commented 17 plus staff to a warehouse and 3 shops, man. Fucking well done, man.
There's 4 shops, bro.
Oh yeah, 4 shops. Fucking well done, because I think that is a big achievement in 3 years, man. I think that's very little
Look,
time.
that shop as well.
Yeah,
Cosmetically, if you compare it to
3 years is
Now.
quick, mate. It's
Yeah, but
nothing.
I'm not trying to sound cliche and like, oh, matter and stuff, but it wasn't just me.
Oh no,
There was a big. There's
yeah.
17 of us now. We're all involved in it somehow.
But-
Like we've got Scott, whose primary job is a production manager, who builds the shops with my dad. It was a logistics man. Jay's built Pudsey with me. Me, my dad, Jay, Charlie.
Jay does a bit of everything now, doesn't he?
Well, everyone does. That's what I like about it. Like, you know, that time when you didn't back up and that.
I don't get that. Wait, I'm not even getting into this shit.
roof tiles.
Yeah, he put some roof tiles on. We haven't stopped hearing about it.
You've done a pretty good job here as well.
He has.
I couldn't reach.
Jay couldn't reach. I couldn't reach. Every time I lifted up, my belly fall out. So I was
So
like,
you were putting them on high because all the fumes from all glue.
You know, like all 4 stores as well. I've like set every one of them up, displayed all the shit in them. Do you know what I mean? Just saying.
see what I mean?
Yeah, because fuck you, lot, man, about vacuuming. Dickheads. I was fucking just praising you, them. You fuck off now. And you've got.
I'm just saying, like, that won't be the last time we've heard about Stu in a Paul shop.
Just mute my mic. Fucking mute it. I was trying to be nice to you then.
It's like sort of a birthday thing.
And we've also got another massive announcement. You've got a date.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
What date are we talking about here, Stu?
Wow.
Yeah,
that was like, a date? I've got a bird.
I'm thinking, does Becca know?
So, if you all know, Dale got engaged, and yeah, he's got a date, and Jay's the best man. And I cried.
Yeah.
Oh,
I never
yeah.
cried. I never
Let's
cried.
elaborate further.
I never
actually.
cried.
So,
We was both a bit, weren't we, Jay?
Stu definitely cried.
I never.
so I had the difficult decision.
I had an eyelash in my eye.
Because whilst I've been married before, I never had the big wedding or anything.
Welcome
like that.
back.
So, I had the decision to make of who would be my best man, but I've got quite a few really close mates. So I'd known Jay the longest. So basically Jay has been there whenever I've needed him. pretty
Sucked
much,
him
so-
off as well. a couple of
Well,
times.
fair's fair. 20 quid's 20 quid. And yeah.
Still
so
waiting for that raise.
Jay's my best man, and Stu, Scott, and James are my groomsmen.
Hey.
Paul's turning up. He'll probably charge me 30 quid as well for some reason.
I'll be turning up in that Mustang.
Paul's going rates for helping him out.
I've brought my van, mate. I've done 15 miles.
And yeah, we're getting married this year.
It was,
In
and
October.
if anyone that knows Dale, he's a fucking arsehole. because he give us all cufflinks basically with our initials on and the date and stuff like that,
Which
weren't
are
it?
mint.
Which is
Proper
sick, like proper nice gesture, like, and it was
No, 'cause
mad.
that's how I asked you. I got the
Yeah,
cases
but you
made that
didn't
said
know.
the names of the person on, and then will you be mine? And when you opened them, it said the name of
Yeah.
the person, then groomsman.
It was
or best
it
man.
was cool as fuck, man.
I've
It was,
got mine in my bag.
I've got mine at home, so I'm gonna lose it if I carry it around with me. But at the same time, it was cool as fuck. But he done mine separately because he's an impatient bastard, and he's like, Stu, he gave me this ropey box in a packet, right, and demanded I opened it, and I'm like, fuck that, I ain't touching that.
And before he opened it, I was like, just open it away from your face.
Yeah, and look, he's acting all. They must have come to the shop, and he's acting all like
No,
moody
because I'm
with
trying
them,
to
do you
keep
know
it
what I mean?
away from me before he'd seen, and I couldn't. My fucking fat fingers couldn't put them in properly. So I got Soph over. Like, Soph, can you help me with this? And she's like, we're both like,
Yeah, and I'm
what are you doing?
saying,
I'm like, nothing.
I'm saying I'm not opening. And obviously, when he opened it, it was all.
So then we came up
Just do.
here. I sent James's off so that he'd get his the same day, but then DPD fucking shafted us.
Standard.
And then, yeah, Jay and Stu said they'd film Jay and Scott opening theirs. We all got. Well, I say we. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't get emotional because I'm mad as fuck. And of
Oh,
all-
make me send you more postcode, kid.
I'm glad we can joke about it now. I'm glad it's a joke
Yeah,
now.
that's enough of that, man. Cause I'm getting sweating thinking about it.
So then Stu's filming it, and
Fuck
all
you,
you can
Jay.
hear over the back of the camera is fucking hell.
Nah,
that got me. That.
why are you lying, bro?
They were like,
I'll show you the video.
Stu
I'll
ugly
upload.
cried. It were,
Nah.
Stu, did you or did you
I'll
not?
upload the video.
Did you or did you not cry?
I never cried.
Yes, you did.
No, what happened?
More than Jason.
Nah, Jason's reaction made me go a little bit, but I weren't crying. I just, you know when you watch them, army videos and the kids ain't seen the fucking army geezer for a year. And it's like, Daddy, that's what I felt like. I was like, oh. It was cute, man.
What did you do, Jay? Did you
Jay
cry?
has to be a best man.
I didn't cry. Well,
He,
big dude,
he
best
done
man.
it. You know when you
know what I
flutter
mean?
like that.
It's a well up
Jay did
moment.
I was welling up.
It was a well up moment because it's a big thing, isn't
Yeah.
it?
So,
What one of them things where you were trying to get your words out, but you were like,
So if I've seen the video, Stu cried.
I
in
didn't
there,
cry.
Soph.
It was real nice, man. I was like, I've never been asked to be a groomsman and shit like that. Do you know, it's a big thing, and I ain't knew Dale for that long. So for me, it was like a massive privilege, man. Like, whoa, the geezers asked me to be. Is
See,
it?
this is the thing where
Is it a
there
groomsman?
are people.
Or grovesman?
Groomsman.
Groom.
Why would it be grovesman?
I've gone Grove on my own from the ghetto. Oh, sorry, mate. Nah, I didn't touch you then.
The truth, yes, you did.
I didn't
The
touch you
truth
then.
is
I
on-
didn't break the truth,
That
bro.
softness was ball
No,
bag.
it wasn't. Nah,
That
you
soft
can't,
touch
bro.
you just got then, that was.
Dale, I couldn't sit down for a week
I
last
feel a
time.
little
Don't,
bit
man.
sick.
I couldn't sit down for a week. I now sleep naked
You-
because of that bullshit. Don't,
Right,
man.
You literally quoted me a truce, which I accepted.
didn't
and
mean to
have not
attack
you
you.
hit you in the nuts since. It's on.
It ain't, bro.
Absolutely
Please
on.
don't. He don't.
Nah, it is on.
He's a fucking
On.
ballad. I said this before. You know what? In a Bridlington shop when we were setting up, I threw a pasta wrap. You know, Greg's wrapper. He threw a pack of A4 paper at me. Look, he goes over the top. Do you know what I mean? I give him a dig shot. He hits me with a 6-foot lightsaber. Look, that ain't getting back, bro. That's just
Nah,
milking it.
just because you don't know how to give it, like, you can't get there properly. I get there sufficiently.
I cried when Iron Man
And
hugged
it's-
Spider-Man.
You see what I mean? That was like 4 weeks ago. You remembered it.
Oh, I'll never forget that.
Shh, James.
Just remember the retribution.
Tony, something happened to Tony, didn't it?
No, we're not talking about that.
did
we
you
can
well
talk
up?
about Avengers.
Did you well up at Avengers?
Yes, I did.
Let's
Did you?
not talk spoilers.
Did you feel a bit emotional when you seen us opening our things?
A little bit, yeah. Because you've got to think, right, as daft as this sounds, I've been married before.
What was you
I'm
saying
not-
before
I'm
I
now
hit you,
divorced.
actually? Because you was about to say, this is the thing. Because I was like, we knew Dale for that long and blah, blah, blah.
Groomsman.
Groomsman. And you was getting-
Oh yeah, this is what I'm saying. This is the thing. I've
Groomsman.
got friends who I still speak to, not very often, who I've been mates with for 20 odd years, and I don't think that decides a best man. I don't think there's any. I think you could have a best man who you've known for 6 months if that best man was the person who you thought. The person who
time.
comes into your head.
Next year we're going to be all cunts.
No, it's not that. No, do you know what I'm saying? Though? I don't think a best man has to be someone you've known 10, 15, 20 years or a 6 month. I don't think it makes a difference. If you feel like that person has done more for you and has got you to the places you needed to be when you needed to be there, then that is your best man. It's the best man you know. But my problem was I had 4 of those people to choose. So it was difficult.
I think what you genuinely did was you sat back and thought, who is going to be the most polite
Nah, he
doing
was
a
actu-
speech,
he was-
and who isn't going to mug me off. on a
Nah,
stag
do you know what? I generally,
Why the fuck would I have chose you then?
You're nervous now.
I
You're
didn't
nervous
know.
now.
I didn't know that he was going to ask me to be a groomsman or whatever it's fucking called. Groomsman.
Groom.
It's still a groom's.
A groomsman.
Right, listen, here's an easy way to remember it. It's a bride and
Groom.
you're the groomsman.
Yeah. So, but then he was like, he was really worried about it, bro. Like, questioning himself, like, who do I pick? What do I do? People are going to get offended. This, that, and the other. And it's a serious thing to ask, man. Like, a best man to your wedding. Like, you, Jay.
Like I keep saying, well.
Why did you? Can we have a real explanation why you picked Jay though? Like, on a level. Like, don't mug him off. Just he wants to hear it.
Just because he were there when I needed the fucking ring. Like that was this is ridiculous, right? I have been engaged, like people know,
seven times.
I've been engaged 3 times. In my life, right?
Look at his face. Look, it ain't even funny,
No, I'm not embarrassed by it because I've been engaged 3 times.
Do you remember all the names?
Well, yeah, one of them sat in there. One of them's my ex-wife, and the other one's one before that. So,
what were her name?
not going into that because one of her relatives. One of her best mate, her best mate is Jason's cousin, and that caused arguments before.
Jason's cousin.
Stu will probably call
she's also kind of my cousin.
Do you know what? I'd be more like
she's not.
What your ex fiance?
No, I've been engaged 3 times, but I've only really proposed once, and that was this time. And I've only really last time it was sort of we had a cheap wedding.
It was young. You were younger.
Well, like 24.
29.
Nah, and
he wasn't mentally mature.
We didn't have a big wedding. We didn't have any fucking money, so we had a decent pre-honeymoon thing, and that was it. And I said to Becca this time, this is no disrespect. Like,
No, it's a good job you never.
I've wound her up. Like I've said, I want to get married on the same day I got married before, so I can remember the anniversary. And I said, I don't really want to buy 2 wedding dresses in my life.
Wow, that one killed it. That one actually killed it, man.
What?
So, well, I've already bought a wedding dress. Why don't you just borrow the last one? I was like,
Well, I said, well, why don't you just go to my ex-wife and say, can I use that, and we'll adjust it.
I probably will cry at the wedding. Like, just saying, it'll be emotional for me at that wedding. So I'm a fucking weird guy.
Have you
anyway,
seen the grounds? Have you seen the grounds?
Nah,
yet?
I haven't seen it yet. But
He's coming up Thursday, aren't you?
yeah, I'm going to go up and see it. But obviously, me to stand at a front of a church with loads of people, my heart's going to be my
You'll
arsehole.
be absolutely fine then, Brooks, not off to a church.
Oh, yeah, but we're still going to be doing a ceremony, innit?
Yeah, but it's not a church.
Well,
I
it's
can't
still
enter
the
a
same.
church.
Still the same thing.
I'm an antichrist. I can't be entering no
Burns.
church.
Have you done that
Working
whole
with
thing
the
yet where you have to go to town hall or something like
No, I'm
that?
doing that on the 7th.
Yeah. I remember doing that once.
Literally,
before.
we're off to do the what I call the bands, which take fucking weeks longer than normal because I've been divorced and they've got to check that I'm fully divorced and not bigamist. And then Becca's going from there with her friends to look at wedding dresses.
Hurry up and set your date.
What would you do if you weren't divorced though? Like if you were still married and it were all a big secret?
He got divorced on the same date he got married.
My divorce got finalised the same day I got married, so it was.
How weird is
I was
that?
married for bang on 5 years.
And the last venue day, the one you didn't get, the only date available.
Yeah, the first venue we looked at, there were 2 dates available, and one of them was the 2nd of November, which is when I got married last time, and Becca went down.
That's
which is fair
strange, isn't it?
enough, right?
Yeah, I thought Becca was a bit moody for that.
For me, it just
Why?
helps. It just helps because otherwise I forget.
Wow.
Well, then the new place you've booked, you've been up there, is mint in it. It's a
Proper.
really nice.
It
proper-
looks amazing. And
It's proper nice.
did you, mate? Do you know when you book the lodge? Fucking 90 quid, right? You can stay in a hotel room or lodge, man, with
Yeah,
jacuzzi and
same
everything,
price.
man. And it's beautiful. It's not
Literally.
like
proper nice up there.
yeah, it's
They've
gorgeous.
got
man.
like 30 rooms in the hotel, and then they've got like 18 log cabins out in the.
Yeah, there's got
in
all
the
wildlife
forest
cutting
and stuff.
around. There were a shifty looking fucking, what were it?
Deer.
Goose thing.
Gazelle.
Oh yeah,
That was Paul. That
fucking.
one.
It was the Scott version of a goose. It was absolutely headed off its tits. This
Oh,
goose.
yeah.
I ain't getting married. Well, I am going to get
I
married.
said to Becca, apart from a couple of little things that I wanted to have, I said, and Becca didn't take this the wrong way. She understood what I was saying, to be fair to her. I said, apart from a couple of little things that I'd like to add to it, I don't really want to choose much about the wedding because I've done it before, although it was a shit one.
It's like Becca's thing, innit? Now.
Hopefully, this is going to be Becca's one and only wedding, and it's already a woman's
It's
thing anyway.
always
Yeah,
the
that's
female.
what I mean. I'd rather have Becca have more input because I've been through the process before. It was fun still. It wanted, and I'm in a position now where we can have a nice wedding. Me and Becca both are. So I've just said, right, you do you, and I'll. I wanted a band instead of a DJ. I wanted a casino there.
That's cool.
And I wanted a hog roast there, and with like the evening buffet is a
The
fucking,
casino's happening, isn't it?
Yeah, casino's happening.
Sick.
And the hog roast, I said, like the first place went, oh, we can do a hog roast, but we can't do it on site. So we're going to basically bring in a pulled pork buffet. That's not what I want. I said, what I want, if I'm paying a lot of money for it, I want a fucking pig there, a little vegan crying shelter next to it, and then just a full pig.
He went there.
Right.
As soon as Scott sees that pig, he's going to bust out. He is.
Well, that's why I put a vegan crying shelter.
He's going to be crying before
It's just
ceremony
like, you know,
Because
starts.
Scott
isn't it?
don't care about the food being there.
He's going to see that pig's face, though, like,
I'm just, the
Nah, because the pig will be happy because the last thing it ate were an apple before it died.
when we're in the casino,
Well,
I'm going for Paul, man. I'm taking your dough off you, Paul.
The casino's got like fake money from like the Bank of Wilkinson.
It's still a prize, though, isn't there?
Yeah, there's prizes.
what's the prize?
Like bottles of
Well,
whiskey.
you ain't gonna
and
win.
wine and stuff.
Remember poker night?
You were out quick.
I try to do that on purpose. I had a gambling problem.
Thing is, the best thing is the guys.
And the heroin problem.
I'll definitely win because the guy's printing personalised money that I've asked him to print. I'll just print my own and bring it. I'll be like,
Are you
mate,
sending
I've
him
got
the
fucking
proof as
500
well?
grand here.
You
Yeah.
sent in the proof.
So here's my money, mate. Job done. And I'll take it off. I'm like, yo, there you go.
So yeah, that's
Oh,
a
my
thing,
bottle of
and I
whiskey.
can't wait.
There is something a little bit more important than the wedding, though, that we need to talk about.
I'm talking. Are you on about this, Jay?
Stag do.
Oh,
Stag do.
Oh,
I thought you was on about this.
Stag do.
Yes.
Well, this is not really important.
No, the stag do is the most important part of this wedding. I'm sorry, man. It is. I'm so excited. We are going to Amsterdam, and Dale is going to be swimming in the canals hallucinating.
I'm definitely not.
I'm
gonna be
looking
like-
forward to Amsterdam, to be honest.
Am I floating?
Hey, Jay,
I'll tell
Feel
you
like
now,
I'm in a bubble.
they're doing all this stuff saying they're going to do X, Y, and Z to me. They don't know what I've got planned either. So,
Jason.
and anyone else, they'd be like, nah, he's bluffing, but you know I'm going to bring it. So you better.
you know,
These
like
guys
in
will all be
Amsterdam.
sat there like, yeah, we've got this planned as they're passing out and realise they're all handcuffed to each other like, oh, fucking hell, they got there first.
Dale will make us like the human centipede.
You know, like in Amsterdam, they say
stitch
you've
all
got
your
to
mouth
try.
dry.
As long as I'm not the middle one.
What one would you rather be? The back, middle, or
The front.
Front.
Nah, I don't
Yeah.
know.
I'd rather have someone's mouth stitched to my arsehole than have my mouth stitched to an arsehole.
Nah, if I'm gonna go for it, I'm going
And you
middle.
get to
I
eat.
want fucking. I
The front
want,
one gets to eat at least.
I want both.
Guy at the front gets to eat as well. That's a bonus.
Like mad curries.
And speak.
You'd eat like a lot of cheese, wouldn't you? Because that'd just go for like you want the front. Well, what you if you were the middle person, you wouldn't want this, but for visual pleasure, you'd want the front person to be lactose intolerant and just give them a glass of milk and some load of cheese, and the person behind them is gonna fill up like a fucking helium balloon. Like,
Have you ever seen?
Fuck going behind Dale.
Same what?
I ain't going behind Dale.
at
No,
the
no.
minute,
I've seen
I've got
pictures of
good.
it, though.
I'm
What's a
good.
grim film?
Stalls.
All of them.
Normal stuff. I'm shitting Bond.
I've got a good thing to talk about as well. We've actually got
Is
something.
that like in the midst of what we're talking about? Because you kind of cut it off.
Oh, well, carry on and crack on. What are you talking about?
We're all mid talk. I mean, I've probably lost his place now.
Go on, Jay.
So, stag do.
When we're in
So-
Amsterdam, are you trying drugs, you?
Am I trying drugs?
Yeah, you're going to
Jay's a
like
frequenter.
try the fruits of the looms and stuff
Jay
like that.
takes drugs
'Cause
every day.
I'm not really like a drug.
Get through the day.
I'm not like a drug taker or all like that, but I'm down to try stuff.
Paul, you'll definitely be trying stuff.
Yeah.
You see, you
I've already
see,
told
all
Stacey.
you guys have got this thing in your head like I'm the target. You're all fucked. Like,
Yeah, because you know
guys-
what's going to
you've
happen
got
here.
You all got one target. That's me.
I'll tell
I've
you
got all
exactly.
nine targets. All
Nah.
9, 10, however, there's what 12, 10 of us, whatever. All you are my targets. I'll get to you before you even fucking.
I know
notice
what's gonna
I'm there.
happen.
You won't even remember I'm there when I'm done.
I
with you
can
all.
already call what's going to happen. All yous are going to get happy because you're in the dam, getting lagging and pissed. Dale's going to sit there sober, and yous are all going to be fucked. Dale's going to get used, man. That's what's going to happen.
That's exactly. You're all gonna come back missing eyebrows, fucking just a missing bit of your beard.
It's your
down
wedding
here.
photos, like.
Yeah, but I'll be stood there, probably not a nice suit because I'll be sat in a box like I usually wear, right? And then all you guys are like,
Are you sharing a room, you, on ferry?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, are you sharing with?
Scott.
Josh, I think. Josh? I don't know.
I thought
now.
you was with Scott.
That shifty look, I don't fucking know.
He's got a
You're
face for
sharing with
rape as Josh.
you've all missed an absolute trick here. Who booked this stag do?
Yeah, this
Oh,
Who booked
that's
it?
a fucked it, bro.
Who booked this stag do? Who did the booking?
You're sharing with
Me.
whoever Dale put you with. That's what he's saying.
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, I can go to customer service at any point and say, "Excuse me, look, can I have a replacement key for my room.
Yeah.
And get into anyone's fucking room when anyone's sleeping, and none of you know where my room is, because you remember where I was last time, Jay? Fucking miles away on a different floor.
You were in next room to us?
Nah, not on the way back when I had that fucking club suite.
I'm
You had
jamming
no-
a chair
it was
up
t-
on
I was
that door.
3 floors above. I was 3 floors above you on the opposite end of the boat. Not one of you'll know where I am.
So
I
what
am
did- what-
fucking stupid.
Not hard to
stalking.
find, mate.
What did you
Have
do?
you
Like,
been on- mate, these
you know,
boats
like in
are
the morning
fucking
time when you were
Just
meeting up with
text you
each
and be
other, did
like-
you call each other or something?
Jay could just text you and be like, yo, Jay, what you doing?
When
Yeah,
you went
wanna
last
link
time
up or
on the
whatever.
ferry?
We weren't
Mate,
through with each
I'm
other.
telling you now.
I know,
these
but like
boats are
your rooms were
cities.
so far
There
apart.
there
were
are
3 of
probably
us in
20
our room
times
last time.
more rooms on this than there is at Crown Plaza. How many rooms is there on them boats?
A fucking lot.
Is there?
Yeah.
Probably into the thousands, because
yeah.
it's massive.
Mate, it's a ferry. You're,
Put it
are
this
you
way,
thinking it's a
Stu,
small ferry? A ferry's a
The
massive.
ferry has 11 floors.
Hi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
11. There is the 11th floor is the sky. There's a sky bar where you go onto like the top deck and vape and stuff, and have a
Pictures are
fire
deceiving though, aren't they, when you look at them.
The
11 floors.
When
You
is this
look.
happening?
You got to imagine, right? When you see that picture of that massive ship, you are a fucking pinprick in the size of that ship.
Can you just, like, middle of the night, just go
Yeah.
on the deck?
Yeah. It's always open all night. The bars
It's
are
not like
open.
you're floating prison.
You got to think when that's in the middle of the sea. There's no
Yeah, but I'm
laws.
thinking, like, if it gets moody, like, out in the ocean. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That looks badass, but it's deceiving as fuck,
Mate,
innit?
there's look, all them windows. That's
It's
just
one
on
room.
the outer ledge.
That's one
That's
room
just
per
the
window.
outer. That's the outer, and then there's all the rooms.
There's a lot
on
of
the
Mackies and
inside.
that in there.
You can pay for 2
There is
different
food.
types of there's like 10 different types of rooms, but your main divider is inside and outside.
Yo,
Inside,
Martin.
inside don't have windows, outside do. Look how many outside windows there are, one window per room, and then you add the inside rooms.
Scary.
And
that
I'm
is, innit?
fucking
There's
3 floors.
casinos in there.
I'm
There's all
miles
your
away from
food, all
everyone
your
else.
shops. The food is banging.
You can
proper.
stay if you went out into Leeds, you could do just as much shit on that boat than you could in town.
Yeah,
That's
like
mad, innit?
entertainment
Yeah.
shop wise.
and not have
easy.
to drive home.
And you can't
I'll get
feel
a
no
taxi.
waves or nothing.
No, well, if it were,
I was
if it were
I was
choppy-
scared like
if
first
it-
time I went because I don't like boats. But
If
you
it
don't
were
even feel
choppy
it,
on the sea,
don't.
you can you sort of you feel yourself more just your body going like that than anything. But if it's quiet, you don't even know. You could be on a train.
I've never been on a boat. I've never even been
In
on
fact-
like a canoe.
I would probably say, Stu, your body moves more on a train than it does on that ship.
Yeah.
Like I've been on one before. It's been a bit ropey. And the ship doesn't. Well, the ship is moving, but you just feel like you're going backwards and forwards.
What
Have you
about
s-
your chips on table though? They're shifting around.
Nah, mate. Do you want to know what the breakfast hall? How fucking sick is that?
Yeah.
You sit in the main
Massive.
restaurant and there's windows all the way down. You sat there having your breakfast. You just chilling, next to you. It's fucking ace.
That is
That's why
so
for
cool.
the price of it, I think it's fucking unbelievably good. It's just an experience in itself. Like most of that do, and most of the enjoyment won't be in Amsterdam. It'll be on that ferry.
Hide and seek. That'd be
You
sick.
could easily hide successfully on that fucking
Yeah.
ship. I swear to God.
Are you going to smuggle any drugs?
Entertainment's good and stuff.
Why are
but
you going to
smuggle
Amsterdam?
any drugs?
You're going to Amsterdam.
Are you going to be shoving any weed up your arsehole?
What, on way back?
Yeah.
Well,
You looked at me like, yeah.
How many ounces could you fit up yours, right?
Like
Falling
2.
out, bag ass.
Baggy ass.
Whistle when I walk and stuff.
So wide I work.
So, what else? What else we got there? Then?
I wanted to talk about a real, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not niche. Real
Topic?
subjective topic, yeah, which is CBD. And the reason why I want to talk about it is not only have we manufacture CBD and we've got something coming out soon. We've got something coming out tomorrow. Fuck it, we might as well say it. We've got actually a new brand product, whatever you want to call it, dropping tomorrow. And I just wanted Dale to explain, or Jay, whoever, because these two obviously know the ins and outs of it all. The what is it, Dale? The strength per mil or something like that.
Yeah, we used to do the 10 mil line. Like oil's
before-
irrelevant,
but-
really. But
Why don't you buy 100 mils that are 500 milligram?
no, you can.
Yeah,
It's-
but it's not.
There's a big misunderstanding with CBD. So, and the biggest we tried to do it properly and accurately, and literally the market didn't respond to that. I think that's due to misinformation, miscommunication, and
And
miseducation.
cost.
Not even cost, bro.
Price is very expensive.
The price is, but you look at, say, what did we charge? I don't know, 30 quid for the 300 milligram 10 mil, and then someone's like, well, I can get a 60 mil at the same strength for that. It's like, you can, but it's not the same product. And like, no, it's different flavors. Like, no, it's nothing to do with the flavorings. 300 milligram in 10 mil, if made correctly, is not the same as 300 milligram in 60 mil, because it's not the same. You would still consume 300 milligrams.
But you'd have to consume that whole bottle.
You'd have to. It's all about the consumption of the entire content. So if you want to consume 300 milligram of juice and you have a 10 ml bottle, you've got to vape that whole 10 ml bottle to have consumed.
Which is a day.
Milligram. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
A day, 2 days. If you have a 60 ml bottle and you want to consume that, then you can do. You would still consume 300 milligram, but it might take you
5 days.
A week. Yeah. That sort of thing. What people need to do when they're looking at CBD, you need to take the milligram and divide it by the milliliter of the size of the bottle. So you've got a 300 milligram bottle at 10 mil, you have 300 divided by 10, you have 30 milligrams. So every 1 mil, that's the sort of lowest amount you're going to round it down to. So
gummies tend to be, when you have a gummy, it tends to be like 10 milligram or something like that.
Yeah, so
gummy.
What you're saying is...
And what they've done there is they've done a mix of, like a gelatin mix that they've done for whatever, and they have the molds for the gummy bears. They've done a gelatin mix that would make 1,000 gummy bears. They will have had to put 10 milligram worth of CBD in that mix for every gummy bear they anticipated to generate from that mix. So if they did 1,000, so if you have to put in there for 10 milligram, 0.1 gram, you would have to put 1,000 0.1 gram, so 100 gram into your gelatin mix that up, then put it into your molds to make 1,000.
Yeah, but the easiest way for the consumer to see is obviously the bigger size bottle you buy, the higher strength CBD you need for the full consumption.
Yeah, it's all relevant. So 10 mil at 300 milligram is the same as 20 mil at 600 milligram, or the same as 30 mil at 900 milligram.
Of course, yeah.
The equivalent of 300 milligram in a 10 mil in a 60 mil is 1,800.
But you'll benefit more the higher the strength in a bigger bottle. If you wanted the same reaction or feeling or treatment as such as a 10 mil 300 milligram gives you, the equivalent treatment or equivalent concentration of treatment would be to have an 1,800 milligram 60 mil. Same flavour or whatnot. What we've decided, we tried to do that, but people genuinely wanted the quantity over the amount. There seemed less.
That's because they were naive to how it worked.
It's because of the price of a 10 ml bottle. I think that was the main
I agree.
thing.
I would be the same. I'd be thinking, it's 30 quid here for a 10 ml bottle. But on the other hand, we as a manufacturer have to go with what the market wants, and that we tried and tried and tried for just 15 months, and people just didn't. The oil has done fantastic in 30 ml. I think oil belongs in a 30 ml bottle.
I love that shit.
Under the drops under the tongue belongs in a 30 ml bottle. But the 60 ml bottles is what people are wanting. People are responding to that, and people are wanting it, unless it's a highly marketed product like Dinner Laids. Yeah. But we're now releasing. People seem less interested in the concentration of CBD and just wanted the quantity of. And if that's what people want, then it's our duty as manufacturers to provide
Supply
it.
and demand.
So rather than doing 100, 200, 300 in 10 mils, we're now doing 300 and 600 in 60 mils. In two of the popular, we've got one of them is blackcurrant gummies. No, blue raspberry gummies. Blue raspberry gummies, the most, and blackcurrant, just a plain blackcurrant in the other one. And we've actually made them high VG. So and now I know everyone says, "Oh, you shouldn't be dripping CBD."
And these are dropping tomorrow.
I was one of these, and I was one of these people at that point. But we've had a couple of people here try it, and Scott said. Yeah. Scott's words were he didn't want to batter a member of staff that he would usually have wanted to batter at the time. So that was a great breakthrough for a product of ours.
So basically, all the most 10 ml bottles, there was always quite throaty. There was always a higher PG.
There was 70, 80 PG. So there were a lot more throaty.
So this CBD is going to be
70 PG.
But not only...
you are still going to get a throat hit from it. There's no nicotine in it.
There's no nicotine, but it's going to be a lot more enjoyable for the average sub-ohmer.
You could sub-ohm it
Can you sub-ohm it pure?
Ready to go. It's ready to go.
Have you got a bottle of it here?
Explain.
It's literally ready to stick in a cleat or stick on a dripper if you want, or it's going to last longer in the tank. But if you've got a cleat or tank, whack some in there, 50 watts. I think initially you're going to have a little bit of a throat hit because it's
Scott actually dripped it, didn't he?
Yeah, and he said it was fine. Like Josh said it was a little bit harsh. Scott said it wasn't, but it's whoever's using it will have their own feedback from it. But to be honest, you could quite easily sub-ohm it and not know that you're sub-ohming CBD, and you would still have the effects and the calmness. And the
I like a throaty hit though, I do on any RTI or anything. Do you know what I mean? But at the same time, though, guys, this is a product what is getting launched tomorrow.
And you got a bottle to crack open now?
No.
Yeah, it's not got our labels. We're waiting on labels.
So tomorrow, guys, we have actually got two brand new
chili sauce
60 ml CBD.
2 sample bottles in there. You want to try the flavour?
Is it going to be chili sauce again?
Yeah.
Fit
So
for it
tomorrow
now.
we're
on,
dropping 2 60ml CBD, flavoured CBD, which you can sub on because it's 70. 30?
70, 30.
So it's 70/30. So it's sublimable, it's drippable, and it is dropping tomorrow. So keep your eyes peeled for that. I'll do a post on the page as soon as the item's complete, and it's fully 100% done. But yeah, get ready for that, man, because I'm quite happy about it. I'm quite excited about it because we've
The 10ml samples.
let's have a look, Jay.
Cloudy is that?
It's because it's CBD.
Check it.
Give it a shake.
Yeah, you could obviously crack to get people buying more. It doesn't have a cloudy effect.
Yeah, so but exactly, and look,
If Coca-Cola
this
could
is
use
what
cocaine, there's nothing wrong with putting crack in e-liquid.
John Fox has just actually made a good point, which I was going to ask you anyway.
We don't put crack in e-liquid.
Yeah, well, we'd be sick though, because everyone would be like, "Got some more of that." What I was
Oh,
going to say, Dale, would
It's got nicotine.
I'm gathering. What did you vape in your mod on now?
18.
So if there was a 70 PG 10ml juice in that at 18 watts, and there was a 70/30 CBD in mine at 80 watts, would you benefit from the wattage? Would you benefit from the hit?
Essentially,
It's just the consumption. You're
you
getting
would,
a
you
full
would consume
lung
it
with-
quicker.
Yeah.
You would consume it. You would absorb more per inhale.
So it would help
Because,
if it's
like,
the higher VG
If I
one.
have my 55 watt sub tank with Cleto,
What's the quickest
on
way to
one,
get this into
I'm
the
gonna.
system?
I don't know how. I don't know.
You talk-
I don't know what milliliter converts into vapor. Like, do you know what volume of vapor comes per milliliter? But I imagine I will get a lot bigger. Well, you do. You get a lot more vapor from your 55ml sub arm. So you'll just consume your bottle quicker. So the CBD will get into your system quicker, and you'll generate.
Of course, because like
consume more.
the most tanks now 2ml. You know, that's a 2ml tank. But if you had a 2ml RTA and a 2ml,
That would empty it 5 times the rate of this would.
yeah. So that means not only are you getting the same amount of strength for CBD, but you're also consuming it a lot quicker. So it will benefit a lot more.
So that 300 or 600 milligram will get into your system quicker. You finish the bottle quicker, then you can move on to the next one.
Yeah.
So you'll get more. I'll say more intense. Not relax. You get more intense.
It's not
effect.
designed to replace your nicotine product, though. It's not designed to be tanning it all day long because you don't need to. Because once it's in your
It's because
system-
it's not it is a juice. Obviously, it's a flavored CBD, but at the same time, this can be, you can use this all day if you want. You can have a separate mod, you can have a hit of CBD. But I think that it's a real good topic to talk about because people don't get it, because it's like, yo, 100ml bottle of juice here, you know, it's 200 milligram CBD and it's only 15 quid and stuff like that. And it's like, it is, but to vape all that 100ml and benefit 50 or whatever, like 500 milligram of CBD, it's going to take you like 10 days.
Yeah.
And look, with the drops, because I know, like, I personally use the drops for my own reasons every day. Like, I swear by them. And I'm not going to say why, but it's for me. And they work. But at the same time, why would they work? Would they work on the same basis as a 70/30 if you sub-ohming it?
oil is actually the quickest, fastest acting because when you put it on your tongue, your receptors are under your tongue, and that's getting in your bloodstream quicker than.
Oil's the quickest way to take it in. But
I know this. Like,
some
I'm
people don't
asking
like
for the
taste
audience.
Of the oil, the oil is, it lines your mouth and
Yeah.
it can leave it. Like,
I love it.
Some people don't mind it. Some people don't like it.
Mm.
Like, if you don't like it, there's an alternative.
Yeah, there's preference, personal preference.
Some people don't vape, so they have to get oil because they don't want to vape.
Some people
So-
just take capsules
We've-
because it's
we've got-
easier to just bang.
In the-
Fucking
done.
gummy bears.
In the Pudsey store, we've got a few old people that come in. We've got a couple of old ladies that take it for their own reasons. You know what I mean? But it's hard because you can't explain why can you under something.
But you can
Dodgy.
cook with oil as well. It's diverse. You know that what you can do with your oil.
And you was meant, oh yeah, suppose so. But yeah, it's dropping tomorrow, and
It is.
I'm really excited about it. We haven't got no prices, nothing, have we? But we'll see. You know, we'll put it out there.
I don't even think I've come up with for the full pricing structure of it yet,
They're,
to be honest.
they're ready tomorrow.
They're ready
They're
tomorrow.
ready.
So if you're on the Yorkshire Vapor page or the group, get ready. I'll post a picture. Jay will take a sick photo, and we'll get it out there, innit, Jay?
Mm.
So if you are interested in that, 60ml, and it's some good information as well. So just keep that in mind when you are on the market for a bottle of CBD. We're not saying just use our CBD. That isn't what we're saying at all. What we are saying is remember the bottle of the size of the bottle and the milligram of the CBD. You know, don't get fooled by low strengths in big bottles. Remember its consumption and all that stuff like what Dale just said. I think that's a real good you know, it's a good thing if you because it's new, ain't it, man? It's still like very like, you know, what does it actually do? Like, what does it benefit?
No,
from?
the thing is that we've always known what it did, even before CBD was a product. CBD has always been an element of cannabis, and everyone knows worldwide, governments included, the benefits of cannabis. And that's part of the reason why cannabis isn't legal in half of these places, because the benefits outweigh
the money that they're making.
Treatment's
for the
always
problems,
dearer
yeah.
than cure. Do you know, treatment's always more lucrative than curing something. And it's quite commonly known, and has been proved, not by us, by scientists, that cannabis can cure things that apparently there is no cure for.
Yeah.
So look at some of the YouTube videos on how it affects Parkinson's, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, but CBD,
the only thing in history to really really subdue the effects of, no one's ever said CBD actually cures Parkinson's, but it allows people with Parkinson's a lot better quality of life. If you are literally like this all the time, you can't do a lot. You take steady hands for granted.
Yeah.
And then the second you're like that all the time, it's a serious quality of life.
Do you think CBD's been launched and is out there like that because, say for instance, any drug, cannabis, even, you know, down to diseases, because they've been around for so long and they've earned so much money the illegal way, like cannabis, so it must be a multi-billion-pound industry. You know,
it's just been tied with a bad name, though.
Yeah, but
at
the end of the day,
but why would they ever legalise it? Because it makes millions and millions of pounds. Like CBD,
it's nothing to do with that. It's the hemp industry it's the timber industry that will be affected, and
well,
also
there's be loads of
it
things.
Massively affect the hemp side of things would massively affect the timber industry, and then the other side of things you've got is if that starts to shrink tumours, if that starts to put people into remission who've got cancer, which it is widely known for doing.
Yeah. It wouldn't do it though.
It's not an all-being cure. Some people could not respond to it. It's how CBD responds to you. But CBD, the best way I describe it to people if they ask, because I can't say it treats certain ailments, is in my opinion, CBD is a chemical. It's not a living thing, but it seems to go into your body and know what to fix.
That's a good one, Dave. Would you find a drug test at work?
No, we've asked this question.
Not with CBD.
And like my other question was like, if I don't know, if there was a weird strain of cannabis what come out and a person got cured of cancer, would they launch that? What the fuck?
Whoever found out about that would get killed.
Yeah,
100%. Do you know what I mean?
There's a film called The Do-Over. Have you seen it?
Yes.
That's all about that. Someone's found the cure for cancer and they've killed them. But pharmaceutical companies have them killed. Now, I'm not saying every pharmaceutical company has some dodgy hitmen, but I have no doubt in my mind that there are that much. But the world is a corrupt
something
place.
like 20 million a year or something.
There's a reason the 1% are the 1% and remain the 1%. How often do you hear about the 1% when anyone in the 1% going bankrupt? Never. Because they make sure you got that much money, right? You are part of the 1%. We're going Illuminati levels here, but you know what I mean? You are part of the 1%. You don't ever want to be out of that 1%. You want to be a trillionaire, billionaire for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
You could have someone killed at the click of a finger, right? And it would never come back on you, ever. You have the means to do that. And if you are making your billions from pharmaceuticals and one guy pops up going, I'm not being funny, mate, I can cure cancer, take this tablet.
Yeah, he's fucked.
That guy is fucked. Yeah. So people will I find it hard to believe that the millions and possibly billions cancer research UK have had, they haven't found a cure for it.
Yeah,
they aren't being paid to find a cure. They're being paid to prolong people's lives so they can treat it for longer.
Yeah, to market the market
if you can buy someone who's been given 5 years, another 5 years, you've also bought them 10 years worth of treatment instead of 5. Pharmaceutical companies doubled their income from death. That is the world we live in. There's two certain things in life: you'll be born and you'll die.
Yeah, well,
and they're the most marketable things in the world, right? Because funeral directors never go out of business, ever. Never go out of business, right? Treatment of ailments never go out of business. No. The NHS is great for British people. Like, I won't ever knock it because I've had things solved on me. And
the medical industry can still make a lot of money with cannabis because you'd have grow farms.
There's actually a
run
guy
by the medical industry that has to be consistent. Everything has to be consistent, so there'll be a lot more jobs, hardware.
I don't know how
jobs in growing.
I don't know how he's done it, but there is
hydroponics and make a fucking kill.
There's actually a guy out there that Tia found, So's mum found, and so we actually read up about it. That has got a cannabis shop, and he sells cannabis, and he's been to the police station. He's got some
in the UK.
Yeah. It's a thing, honestly. You can Google it, bro. The geezer's got pictures in the paper. He's actually got some sort of licensing thing for something. I swear to God, it's an actual thing. So if So's watching, she can vouch for me because we actually read up about it and Tia found it, her mum.
Yeah, medicinal cannabis is legal in the UK. and only the person who has the license to produce it is Theresa May's husband. He's pharmaceutical or something to do that, but he's the only person with the license in the country to be able to provide medical cannabis to the government.
I mean, Scott
which
just said
fucking
there,
just works out to be.
Scott's got Crohn's disease, and he helps him for that. Do you know, we didn't tell him that.
Don't get me wrong. Whilst I know that weed is never like, if you what is it Charlotte's Web? Is that a documentary about weed, and also The Union as well? I think it's called.
Pineapple Express is sick.
Fantastic. That's not a
That's
documentary.
not a documentary.
Bro. Right? Well, there's 2 documentaries that quite obviously prove there's never been a death from weed, right? But there is a downside to weed, right?
There's a lot of downsides to weed.
Yeah, if everyone was stoned every minute of the day, productivity would drop. I don't care what anyone says. Your productivity would drop. If every single person in this country smoked a joint all day, every day, the fucking productivity level of this country would drop.
It'd
by
be a happy
50%.
place, though.
Crime would go down.
Crime would go down because
Everyone can't be asked.
That's the most botched.
Greg's sales would go up.
That is the most botched statistic in history. Portugal legalized all drugs, right? And then posted their crime rate had dropped by 80%. Because they stopped arresting drug dealers.
Yeah.
If you want to reduce your crime figures, stop arresting people for shit. That's a botched figure. That don't mean you've solved the problem. It means you have stopped arresting people for the biggest issue you have. Therefore, your crime rates have dropped because it's no longer a crime. That's not how you fucking solve a problem. But apparently, you make something. The best way for our government to get out of any sort of deficit is to legalise weed and produce their own and sell. You put dealers out of business, so you put people who could potentially... I'll tell you now, when I was younger, I had a joint that was covered in LSD, right? I was absolutely fucking wobbling off my tits.
Watch when you go Amsterdam.
Watch where you lot go. But what I'm saying is, you would eradicate all that. You would get probably some dank, shitty stuff, but it will be grown sensibly and by the government and will be regulated. The government will be making a fucking
It will be regulated
fortune.
because the THC content will be consistent. Every plant that
it'll be genetically
in their
modified.
farm would have to be consistent
Yeah.
because this plant would have to have the same percentage as this one, otherwise they'd have to scrap it.
Yeah, and it would be genetically modified to be like that.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, it'd be cross-strained,
yeah.
the amount of selective
They would breed it,
breeders.
breed it till they got that strain and use that seed base. Are you all right, Paul?
Yeah, I was reading comments.
There's been
How are we,
2.
right?
I've just tried a bit
There's
of this.
there's
actually.
actually, I've actually, do you know what? Just to switch the subject up, and it's been fucking massive in the press the past 2 weeks. I'm gonna just drop it right now. Cardboard straws.
Cardboard straws.
It's in my notes. I thought I'd drop it.
That straw, right? They're all right. I get the idea. And I seen that turtle fucking video on Facebook.
Yeah, but that
and
was years ago,
I
bro.
don't give a shit. That ruined me, did that. It
What
was
did-
crying. This turtle on...
And it had the straw in
it
its
had a straw
nose.
up its nose. and it was like,
yeah,
Was that the one where Splinter went in and like were pulling it out?
reposted
and
it
then-
again recently.
yeah.
Right, but this is what winds me up, and I went in on a status. I don't know if you saw that.
I saw
She's
that.
like, "Oh my god, the seas are full of plastic." Yeah, they are, but you eat chicken, so shut up. Like you can't eat chicken and beef.
Why
and
is the
pork,
lid plastic?
And then, well,
Why is the lid still?
why
plastic?
fucking right? Do you know what? I had this argument with Reed the other day. I couldn't give a shit about. We recycle here. We have a recycling bin and stuff. So I give an iota of a shit, right? And it's mainly because we have to. Like there's a legislation in place. We have to recycle so much of the stuff we do, right? So I do it because I have to. Do I give a shit about this planet? Absolutely fucking not. The reason
See, I
being,
do.
yeah, but this planet will be skinned and corrupt and fucked well before the fucking planet is fucked with plastic. And I'm not being funny. I don't want a pet turtle that's 2.5 foot wide.
what are we
So
gonna-
fuck that turtle. I don't give a shit about fuck
do.
that turtle.
I do care about that stuff. It proper.
How many
gets
turtles
to
you
me.
seen that big?
I haven't.
Would you have that turtle in your house?
If I had to, just
Keep
say
it and see
no.
with a straw up his nose then?
And look, when David Attenborough died, we're fucked. Do you know what I mean?
He's already announced he's on his way out.
That's what I'm saying.
He said, look, mate, I'm dying. And I will be as well if I keep walking around fucking Alaska with penguins.
And do you
at
know, look,
90
I
years
watched
old.
a live hack
He's
video.
fucked up here. He's made some good TV, but he should have gone down the other route and done a better Jurassic Park. than his
He's a
brother.
legend. I watched a life hack
His brother's
video,
dead as
so
fuck, innit?
if anybody,
You get for fucking with dinosaurs.
everyone that's watching or whatever, if you go to McDonald's and you
I've
ask for
obviously
a,
never seen a
you ask
straw.
for a drink, you ask for a coffee cup lid. Life hack.
Not a life hack. Have you ever ordered Uber Eats? They all come with coffee cup lids on.
Yeah.
Not a life hack. It's Uber Eats provided. Some cunt was
I've
like,
had-
yeah, got a life hack. Got it delivered from fucking Uber Eats.
I've never had a drink delivered at McDonald's.
Shit, Uber
drink.
Eats drivers then.
I've always had a normal drink. It's
Oh.
mad. Don't you think it's mad that our kids will never know what plastic straws was?
I think I'd rather buy a straw.
But you say that, but make
You'd
it.
actually-
I'd pay say someone's 50p for a sick straw that you just rinse out, put in your bag.
Yeah, but you never would, Jay.
Yeah,
Jay,
don't
but
If it were
wanky.
metal or something, you know.
Oh,
What I mean?
yeah.
You know, like the old shorter stainless steel tubes you could get,
yeah.
like that, but a carry around.
Yeah. I wouldn't carry it around for 50p. I'd just say, do you know what, one in. It's like sauce, ain't it? 30p or whatever. You'd never do it, would you?
Do you ever
realistically?
reuse a carrier bag other than a bin bag?
Well,
Something like that?
I actually,
Would you wash a Johnny? No.
Oh, no, but at the
I'd
same
turn it
time,
inside out.
I just use a crisp packet. I've got them bags for life. Them what is it? Bags for life, innit?
Yeah.
So we go every.
See, they're bullshit.
They are
me-
because you know what? Every
I bin
time I
mine
go,
every
See,
fucking
I
time.
I
don't.
use them as a bin bag.
I buy. Do you know why I buy? Do you know why I
I
buy?
do.
Do you know why I buy bags for life? Because I fill it up with my shopping. Because I can guarantee I can get more in that, and it won't go through going from Asda car park. So I carry that to my house, fill it up, it goes in bin.
Do you know what
it's
they
not
call
a bag
bag
for
for
life?
life?
It's a bag for the moment.
No, do you know what they call bags for life? Because you go to Asda, you're like,
If it breaks, I'll
fuck,
give you a new
I
one.
forgot the bags. So when you go home, you put them in a drawer, and they're fucking there forever. That's why they call bags for life. Because
They're
we've
not.
got a drawer full of them.
They're not. It's not
I mean,
called bags for life.
no, I know, but that's why I think that they're fucking called that. I know they're not called that for that reason.
It's called it. So if you have that bag for a year and the handle breaks, it goes through. You take it back in and give you. a new
Yeah,
one.
but mine are going to last a lifetime because they're in the fucking drawer and don't get used.
Yeah, but it's the same as this. How many people have one of these fake pound coins on the key rings and still put a quid in the fucking trolley?
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same fucking thing. I mean, that's not to do with the environment, but I don't give a shit about the environment. So.
So what's your thought on the straws, Paul? Because you've fucking been dead in this podcast.
I can't deal with them straws. I won't buy one of them metal ones either because like it's gonna
Yeah,
go
but we're all.
manky
I
inside.
mean, he's weird. Like he
You
won't
wash
drink.
it.
He
No.
won't drink an icy drink. I have got.
I
Fuck,
can't
I've
drink
got,
an
he's
icy
got
drink.
good teeth. Yeah, I've got fuck teeth. Yeah, I can drink an icy drink out without being a little bitch about it. He will not put his mouth to a glass.
No, I don't like it.
But that's because you're still a child in your head. Any
How?
adult, if you think fuck, I can't deal
How
with
does
this
that make me a
cardboard straw.
child? Because I've got sensitive teeth and I don't like ice hitting my
Use
mouth.
Sensodyne and stop
Yeah,
whinging.
Sensodyne.
Don't make me
Take
a
the
fucking
top off and
child.
just fucking magic.
I don't like that. I think it's like, I
Consume.
can't enjoy my drink.
Well, you can. You're just being fucking. It's one of them weird things. You have.
Midsummer,
don't.
midsummer, cold drink, and then you drop in some ice cubes. You're wearing them crack.
I can't have the ice good.
I don't
eat my
think that.
teeth.
See, that's like the opposite end of him. Like that's. I don't ever listen to.
Yeah, you know what I mean? The ice cracking from the temperature change, and just
I cannot
I've usually necked it well before then. I'm like, give me my next Coke.
I can't stand.
Although now I'm on fizzy free. I'm
Ice.
on sugar-free drinks, and I have been for 10 days.
ice
7-Up
hitting
free,
your teeth
bitch.
is out the question for me. If that ice cube hits my teeth, it sends them funny like cardboard. You can talk. Someone rubs cardboard, you hate it. It's the same fucking thing.
Cardboard.
Oh,
No.
polystyrene.
I said polystyrene. My hands are good.
That's what I'm
Polystyrene.
saying. So like that's weird. I can't drink ice because it fucks my teeth up. Like you know when you see
Can
the
I-
kids. Can you bite an
I'm
ice? Lolly?
saying the word
I
polystyrene.
don't
Look at
bite
my
ice.
arms.
No.
That's what I'm
My
saying.
teeth would kill.
Can
as
you
well.
can you bite an ice lolly?
Yeah,
You-
yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
You bite tinfoil.
No, can I fuck? It's the same thing with ice with me. I can't. I have to have a straw.
Tinfoil's
My
one of
spidey
them
senses just
things.
started tingling.
Hi, Twitch viewer.
Why couldn't you bite tinfoil?
Tinfoil's one of them things where if you get it
If
in a
you've got
filter,
fillings, if you've
yeah,
got-
fill
Oh
it,
shit!
a
Yeah, I'll be
filling,
fine then.
You've got that's the problem. If you've
All
had
my
a
fillings have
filling,
broke off and I've swallowed them.
it sends a shock straight through your system, doesn't it?
I need a straw when I'm
It's like
drinking.
licking a 9-volt battery, innit?
Mm.
That's a fact. If I ain't got a straw, I cannot drink that drink. I don't like it.
I don't like it.
I don't like it. Not that one. That one. So the plastic,
What that one?
the cardboard straws are dead then.
Yeah, I finished
Even
it. The
if-
first time
The
I tried
shit-
it, we're in a milkshake,
Okay,
and
so
it just started
how about
Yeah,
going
but
horrible at the bottom.
because milkshakes take a bit of time. If they come fucking frozen like a yogurt, then I get that it's going to take time. But I'm not going to let it ruin my day, bro.
so in
Like,
6 months' time?
but they haven't stopped making plastic straws.
Yeah,
Just
but-
the making companies provide. I can go on Amazon now and buy 500,000
Yeah.
of the cunts.
But how
You know
about
the paper as well, so they're chopping down trees for them. and
how
stuff.
about in 6 months' time?
so
though?
it's not doing that great for the
they've
environment.
tried this for months and months and months, and they say it's actually saved X amount of animals, X amount of waste. Look, would you feel a little bit better?
No, because again, it's a bullshit statistic.
They're chopping down trees.
If
That's
you,
animals'
if you,
homes
right,
and oxygen.
see, this is what bothers me and why I don't ever. We've never really referenced. We only reference the only sort of statistics we've referenced are sales ones based on our own figures. I would never say 20% of the vaping industry do this because I have no fucking idea. And the honesty is
It's
when
because
they
you
go,
don't watch other people, though.
no, but it's nothing to do with that. There's no way of doing it. There's no way of when they say we have saved.
You could if you'd done
we
a
have
top
saved
of-
50. We have saved 50 turtles because we didn't. How the fuck do you know
If you
that
did a
50
poll-
turtles having if McDonald's would have kept straws? How do you know that 50 turtles would have gone and got fucking straws up the nose? Cheaper option: train turtles that are not sniff straws. would be a cheaper option.
Yeah, how was that end up
Get
there in
fucking-
first place?
Obviously, he's,
Well, that's
he's,
the
he's
point.
swam
That's the
into it.
point.
He's going
He
into his nose, isn't he?
No, I get it's not the turtles' fault. One, due to miseducation of turtles, and two, I don't see how McDonald's having plastic straws is killing the fucking environment. It's not.
No, it's not McDonald's. It's everywhere. You can't go anywhere now and get a plastic straw.
Straws
Amazon.
are no longer on bars. And
No,
things
nothing.
Like that. You got to ask.
They're on our fucking bar.
As a paper.
How's that paper?
The paper,
We've got
Dale.
paper ones in the shop.
Well, they need to get fucked off because there's plastic
we've got-
ones right next to
No,
it.
we've got paper straws, mate.
We've got fucking clear plastic ones.
How much? Were you
And
telling?
red and white.
No,
Red and white. There's
the-
red and white paper ones, and there's clear plastic fucking
They're
straws.
not. Well, they're not
I
fucking
bought the
there.
extra wide ones so I could drink my drink quicker.
Someone's whipped them, then, bro. So fucking hell, there's some plastics there.
Greenpeace.
What?
Greenpeace.
I'm telling
And
you,
then
bro,
some
they're
plastic
cardboard
straws.
now.
Statistics in general on any subject without factual proof is bollocks.
But it
Right?
isn't because if
Well,
we
it
did,
is, mate, 'cause-
we've got enough resources with the Facebook, Instagram, and the 4 shops you've got to do a poll on what people vape. So would you
Yeah.
say?
But that would be that wouldn't be a statistic. That would be an internal statistic. That would be based on TYV's customers. That would be correct. If Evo or Grey's or Shady or anyone else did a statistic, it would only be based on their customer base. So what I'm saying is national statistics are bullshit. Because like for example, when they say, well, there's 30% people still unemployed, that's based on a national census, right? That only you're legally required to. I've never filled a census in fucking 12 years of being able to vote. Never filled a census in my life, right? But yeah, they're talking for my statistic there. They don't know whether I'm working, not working, renting, buying, whether I'm fucking if being in my house. They have no fucking idea. Right, just what I'm saying, statistics in general, where they say, well, by doing this, we will. They don't say we might, they say we will improve this by 20%. You're thinking, how the fuck do you know? Right, so in the past year, the statistic will be they've had 50 turtles with straws up the nose, and they rip that out and they say, so this year we've saved 50 turtles. We will save 50 turtles from getting straws up the nose. There could have been 500 turtles. They just haven't found the other 450.
We have
So,
both.
and that also means that if we've saved those 50, have we not saved the other 450 then? It's bullshit. Statistics are best guess, and I don't go off national statistics. I think it's an absolute pile of shit. I think it's absolutely pathetic.
So paper straws are out the question.
Thank you, Sophie.
I don't want-
What do we have in the shop, Sophie? Is it both in the shops? 'Cause-
I haven't seen plastic
Oh,
ones.
Well, that's because you're not looking for them. You've been
Still got paper.
been skimming past those fucking.
So the cardboard straws are out. I've got another question. What's harder in this industry right now?
Jay when you rub him.
Probably more towards you. This question is, Jay. Both, yeah, really, because your sales and Dale's obviously the boss. For anyone that's doing what we do or does or has tried what we do, what's harder, growing or maintaining? So
You're still
once,
talking about work.
yeah. So what I'm saying is
For
it,
me,
you can bring it.
now I'm 30. It's maintained.
So you can bring a juice line out. Is it
Stamina's an issue.
harder to keep that juice line on the shelves, or is it harder to grow up to that juice line?
It's harder to release something new these days because it is full stop. People are stuck in the ways. People like what they like. If it's already there.
So did you find it harder to grow to where you are, or maintain what you've got?
In the first half of business, I did. In the second half, I find it's easy
Did you ever doubt yourself?
every week. I still do because there's things that come up every week that should I do this or not? Shall I deal with it this way or shall I deal with it that way? That's a weekly thing that'll never go away. But
I personally think maintaining is harder
well, I think
because there's that many customers out
it
there now.
depends what phase of business you're at. I think maintaining for us now isn't as difficult as it would have been 2.5 years ago. But then growing back then was easier because of the time and the stage the industry was at. So I think it's relevant to the time you're in the,
But
in
it's
the
a lot
business stage you're
easier
in.
to get juice out there now.
It is because
TYV
we
hit the market at the perfect time, didn't it? Really, the
T-
hobbyist was.
yeah, it did. And the thing is, if the hobby, this is a perfect example. 2 years before we started, Zeus Juice started, when hobbyists weren't really a thing. It was quitting smoking. So they went down the route of,
Do you see that comment?
yeah,
That's why.
still have them.
Yeah, but they're not there.
They were in that older when I was there on Saturday. Anyway, but look, like Zeus Juice, massive company now, and because there were no hobbyists, they stuck with the 50-50 10 mil, 60-40 10 mil route, and that was their main progressive route. And they're a huge company now because that's still a big part of the market. I hit the market semi-unknowledgeable about the industry, and went with the industry that I was marketing to, which was Facebook at the time. That's when we started. We were Facebook
UK
marketed.
vape trades.
Yeah, UK vape trades.
Yeah, but the
groups
big
like that.
names in this industry.
But because that was the group and the part of the industry that I grew with and knew about, I went down the 80-20 route, which granted we're not as big of a company as others because of that, but we've managed to create TYV is a sort of a subculture. It's a weird, like, it's not weird people, but you know what I mean. It's odd that
Cult.
it's a brand. It's a brand subculture that we've
Definitely.
got, and we've gained trust from our customers both further away and local.
Because we
And the
listen, don't
products
we? We bring out what people.
We listen. Key lime cheesecake exists because Jed and another customer asked me for it. And back then we didn't have a big range. So we've developed over time. Like, well, what should we do with this? What should we do? And then we bring them in house, we develop them, we try them, and then we put them out there.
This day and age, I'd be like, obviously, even though I work here, and I'm proud as fuck to say that I work here, but at the same time, the big boys now, like if you would have asked 3 years ago when you started to a lot of vapors, if you ever heard of the Yorkshire Vapor, they probably would have said no. But at the same time now, if you ask any vapor about the big brands out at the moment, like the big boys that have been doing it for years, do you know such and such? Right? Do you know the Yorkshire Vapor? They'll say yeah. But now there's a lot of brands out there that, and you know, you can say, do you know fucking shit juice? They'll be like, no. So I think the market's definitely weird.
Well,
It's always been a fickle market. Though.
It tend to be. It were when short fills came around, people jumped on it thinking I can make a quick bit of money.
This is it. The market's always been easy to enter but difficult to maintain.
But I don't think there's not many people that ain't heard of the big brands. I reckon you could walk around an expo without exhibiting there and saying, have you ever heard of the Yorkshire Vapor? Have you ever heard of Suits Juice? I reckon there'd be a lot of people saying, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? But that's maintaining. Is that maintaining a brand? Is that maintaining your juice on the shelves? Do they know of you because of what you do?
Expos
you know, like,
is us maintaining a lot of the time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because we go just to keep face.
Yeah, but
to meet.
Some juice companies known because they make banging juice, or they're known because of what they do? Are they known because of what they've did?
Because
Do you
a
know?
lot of people will just assume or instantly like something, even if it isn't really the best, because of the name of the company as well. Like they've got a
Brand loyalty.
Yeah,
That's what it is. We're at a very fortunate position where we can release a juice, and we've got tester bars in all the shops, and that's always helped our retail. We've always had top tanks in there, and the ability for everyone to try everything before they buy. In fact, we're even introducing for the starter kit physical stock, like the hardware. Try before you buy on a physical kit. So every store's going to have one of each kit on tester with a disposable tip, so they can try each kit before they buy it. And that's something we've done if we've had one before, but now we're going to have it so that every store can go in. The sub-home stuff's impossible because it changes.
Yeah, but this is a new thing to you, really, because you've never had. I call them ornaments. I said this in a live feed earlier. A lot of vape shops you go in these days. There's fucking hundreds of stuff, you know, from old stuff to new stuff. And since you've opened up your new shops, you know, you've kept all the stuff the same. You've kept what works, and I think doing that. There's a lot of shops now, man. You go in and there's fucking racks and racks and racks of mods, and they're ornaments. Do you know what I mean? And since you've done that, you've catered, and people come into the shop like, "Oh,
our turnover's increased, even though we've
well,
drastically
you
reduced.
made a
range.
wicked point the other day. You said we probably hold less hardware than most vape shops, but turn over a good amount of revenue because of the people you cater for.
Considering our shops are in city centres, I genuinely believe that, especially our main shop in Pudsey, I would say that the turnover of that shop would rival some city centre shops, especially with how many there are in city centres.
Yeah, because when someone comes into your shop and they go, right, I smoke 20 fags a day, I need a mod, it's like, you've got this mod, that mod, and that mod.
We're offering them, though, something that they need for their purpose, not
we
something.
offer something that a lot of companies don't offer: 6-month warranty. Because most places you go, it's 30 days or 28 days classed as dead on arrival, and after that you fall into a manufacturer. I don't know anyone who, if you buy a pockets kit and it goes tits up after 5.5 months, will happily swap or exchange that, no questions asked, as long as you've got a receipt.
Yeah, but you did go down that route. You obviously have had a lot of mods in your store, and you think, fucking hell, that ain't selling as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Then
But
you've got to sell them off at cost or cost plus 10%, and you end up just, it ends up, because when you got.
Well, this is new thing you've done. You've tried it out, like, you know.
It's worked because at the end of the day, we've used Pudsey to sort of be a 3-year guinea pig on how to gauge customers, and customers have proved that we aren't the cheapest shop in the country by a fucking country mile, but the service we provide and the staff we put in there it costs money, and the amount of staff we have in there, like you can be waiting at Pudsey, but it's rare. Like, because the problem with Pudsey, we've got 2 staff in there for the busiest, from 12 till
About
half 5. We've got 2 people in the store every day, and 3 on a Saturday.
And it's a busy old shop, man. Today it was fucking heaving. There was a queue.
And you'll have a queue even with 2 people in there. But we can't be putting 3, 4. You get to a point where it's not lucrative. The business isn't.
But
worth
people are
having.
waiting because these are not. These a lot of your
The
customers.
fact that how many people walk out in a queue?
Well,
None.
none because
Because they're happy to wait because they know what they're going to get. Half of what they're buying is the person behind the counter who's serving them.
yeah. But I've been in many a vape shops in my time, many, and I've never seen one where like. Even Soph, I mean, Soph hasn't worked here for long, and every customer comes into Pudding out, you're right, Soph, and if there's a queue, it's not like a random geezer drift past, like it does happen. You go, oh, there's a vape shop there, I'll pop in and check it out.
A lot of people walk straight past the counter. If there is a queue, they'll walk straight past, sit down.
Yeah, but
chill out for a while.
They're
and
actually
then get up.
customers, you know, they have a chat, they don't mind waiting. It's not like, oh, fucking hell, I went in this vape shop. And there's a fucking queue.
Considering we have 4 shops, 2 of them are relatively new, and the other, Horsworth's been, 16 months? And Pudsey's been 3 years. When we switched over the old system to new system on the loyalty cards 2 weeks ago, we've had 871 customer loyalty cards go out the door.
870 in 2 weeks, mate. That's
and that's only going to build with the other 2 shops as more people get to know us and stuff like that. And then within the next few weeks, I'm starting to look at other premises because I still want that 10 by the end of the year. But them 2 back to back fucking killed a lot of us off.
And do you know what else I've seen a lot as well in like TLV stores is like people asking for specific people. Like if Soph's in the back, is Soph not here? Or is Jack not here?
Yeah.
It's like going to a barber's, you ask for your barber.
Yeah,
People in our shop ask for specific. Oh, is Jack not in today?
I think that's a great thing because me personally,
you have your customer service representative in that store.
Yeah. But if you go into a vape shop, say you know it's a well-known vape shop, I ain't gonna say, oh, you know, I know what I want. I don't give a shit who serves me. But in the TYV stores, it's very like that old woman. She only wants Soph.
Yeah.
You know, there's people that probably only want Jack and Lewis.
So I think quitting smoking is still a big thing for people to do.
Oh, especially
it's one
Jamie.
of the biggest
imagine
addictions to overcome. And if one person has spent that 15-20 minutes with you, there's no limit to what we tell you.
Yeah.
On average, say 15-20 minutes, setting up a kit, talking you through it.
We don't rush people out of the door whatsoever. If someone comes in, you can spend there an hour.
The only thing we've ever asked is if you want to come in and you bought some coals by Scott and you want us to fit them for you, if we will happily sit down and fit them for you, but would you mind us breaking off to serve a customer if someone comes in and wants for a tenner on?
That's standard though, isn't it?
Yeah, but people, this is the thing. This is how understanding people are. Sometimes I've seen like Lewis break off and Soph break off, and they've had 3 or 4 customers come in. That person's been sat there 10 minutes, and the mod's just half built.
But they're cool,
and they're cool with it because they're just like, I'll just get a drink.
Yeah. And how many times have you been in the shop where there'll be people who've walked in? I've done it before. You know, Stu does it. Like if not working, they'll just go behind counter. They'll just help out, just spend 20 minutes talking to someone about...
The only person who doesn't do that is me, because I don't have the temperament.
But today I've been in the shop and I've probably built 3 mods. You know, I've served a couple of people. I swear people think I'm a dickhead, right? But I will sit in that corner, my corner. No, but you pipe up if there's info needed. Yeah, if someone needs it. But I mean, really rarely get up and go and serve for 2 reasons. One, I always get the starter kit set up that takes 2 hours. Or the CBD conversation that takes 4 hours. I've had that before. And then I've also had, I have, because I did it for so long, I have Soph and Lewis, they're all, and Jamie as well, they're all really good at dealing with, you're going to get customers who are aggy. Something's broke. They might know that we've got a 6 months refund policy, or they might not know, but you buy something, you expect it to work, you get home and it's broke, you're going to be aggy. Some people come in sound, right, and they go in, and the guys we've got, in the most part, know how to
handle people,
handle
especially
that situation.
Soph, mate.
Like
Sopha's got the fucking.
To be fair, they're all fucking mint at doing that, calming the situation.
Yeah.
Look, I'm sorry that's happened, but we do have this. If you didn't know about it, we've got a 6 month warranty policy. We'll swap it out for you, no problem. And then you go into a shop with an aggy head on, and 8 customers out of 10 will be like, "Do you know that's fucking great? That I come in here ready to go, and you've sorted it."
Before
because if I were to take someone back to,
we've just recently had an issue, haven't we?
Yeah, but that one dealt with great. But we can go into that anyway. basically, if I go into Argos and want to return something, I know that's going to be an easy process because it always has been. Same with Asda. If I'm taking something back to Curry's, I know I'm going in there with an Aggie head on because every time I go in, it's a fucking ball.
Yeah, but it's like what John
But
just
we
said there, mate. Like, he's a customer.
Well, Steve, look
Do
at
you know what I mean?
John's always done stuff like that, like help build, help advise. That's how Steve has worked for us for 3.5 years nearly. Steve was exactly like John.
Yeah, but
He
do you
came
know
into
when...
the shop, and Steve would sit in the shop because his missus were at work or whatever on Saturday. He'd sit in there for
Kick
6-7 hours, best part of a day, and he would literally stand up and walk other customers like him to the comments saying, "I've got that." You know, Steve, he's had everything, and he's the most knowledgeable. But he's like the oracle of vaping.
He definitely
And
is.
he will walk over and go, "What about this? I'd recommend that." And the amount of people, I said, I once joked with him, and I said, "Steve, do you want a job here on a Saturday?" He's like, "Yeah, fuck it, why not?" And Steve had worked for us for 3.5 years based on, why do you just work here,
I like
Steve?
Steve, but fuck Steve because you don't watch the podcasts. I do really like him though,
Fuck it, fuck
but
Steve.
you don't watch him. But yeah, as I say, man, it's a rare thing this day and age. It really is in vape shops, man, and it's
Yeah, that's why I don't work there, because I don't have the temperament
or
and,
me.
and the mental mindset. If someone comes in aggy with Soph, I've watched her diffuse them, and they've gone out like,
Quick
"Oh,
as
thank
well.
you very much."
Yeah.
It instantly takes them down.
I've
and-
never
and
seen
in a
aggressive
positive
Soph.
way.
You-
The
Soph
most
do
I've
not
heard
get
her
aggressive.
raise her voice were when
it
you were
you?
on the phone to Virgin Media.
She does not, mate. She will not. Don't get me wrong.
That's a skill, if you ask me.
No, but
Like,
if
it's a
we
skill
pissed
that
her
you've got
off,
to possess to be able to bite your tongue. We've been present with an issue with Jamie, like, and we've listened to Jamie be calm and
talk of the devil.
and try and diffuse. And no matter what he said, no matter how calm he said it, that woman was just going, and she went at us, and we just basically dealt with it.
Jamie's got a
Like,
wiki customer base.
Yeah, and a good customer service on him as well. Whereas I will, if someone comes in and fuck it, I've had people come in slam mods down. If they come and throw a mod at me, I'm throwing it back at their head. Like if someone comes in and goes, "Is this in fucking work?" I say, "Well, don't fucking throw it then." I'll never. And that's why I don't work behind the counter, because if someone comes in aggy, I'm over that counter and I'm getting in the face. Like that's my temperament with people, because I think there's no fucking reason for you to come in and talk to me like that.
It's hard to
Whereas you have to possess a skill and a willpower to be able to go, "Look, I'm really sorry this has happened. I'll forget that I'm now covered in juice because you've smashed your mod on my counter. But let's sort this out for you." And taking it down
But
to base
so
level,
imagine-
rebuilding that rapport.
Soph will go mad at me or piss her off on a regular. Look, if you piss Soph off, she wouldn't go mad at you. Afterwards, she'd probably say, "Fucking hell," you know what I mean? But she don't get angry. But the reason why she don't is purely because she's proud of her job. She loves her job. The other day, we had a problem with the Bridlington store. Do you know what I mean? She come running down fucking stairs, nearly crying. I'm like, "Yo,
I can't knock Mark though for his
oh yeah, he's
problem solving.
that was funny when he sent that picture. I'm not saying what, but it was funny."
Yeah.
What are
Sorry,
you saying,
mate.
Jay? Sorry, mate. I interrupted you.
That's all right. I were interrupting you. Can't even remember now. You killed it.
Both
Must have been a lie.
interrupting me.
Paul looks like he's falling asleep.
No, I'm good.
You said less words than the last time Scott came on here.
I
See,
know.
this is the last time you say, "Can I try some CBD?"
I know. I was meant to be a bit sleepy as that.
Mate, you tasted it.
No, I put some on.
Why do you look
I went
high?
straight on cotton with it.
Did you?
Straight to cotton.
I'm going to do that.
You know, it's a laxative, don't you?
Is it?
Do you know that wasn't CBD, Paul?
Yeah, that was laxative.
Paul,
That's a
4,000
mixture of
4,000
laxative and
milligrams.
That's
Rohypnol.
Jason's man juice.
Uh-huh.
Oh God, I don't.
You did
we're
say
not
it was
natural.
cloudy.
Yeah, but it does taste really
Yeah, I
nice.
tell you
It
something.
does.
4,000 milligram oil is a laxative.
So,
That I can assure you.
I think we've spoke about some real good stuff tonight. Some important things. The CBD one is majorly important.
That's it. So,
When you're
Stu's
quite
wrapping it up.
sleepy enough.
I'm not
Paul.
wrapping it up. I'm fucking...
Again.
Mate, I'm actually starving. I've had a patty.
What's a patty?
What were in the
As in
patties?
Something
You don't know
that-
about...
pasty.
Nah,
something that people
Caribbean
go to
patty.
Pride eat.
You know about Caribbean patties? Ah,
It's not a
years.
pasty.
It's called a patty, bro.
A patty's like a burger, but burger.
No, it's
Nah.
pate. It's got the thing above the E, so it's pate.
I ain't on about
Like a spreadable
patty.
patty.
No, man. I'm on about Jamaican Caribbean patties.
We've got a
Don't
birthday
know about
person
that.
Is
on.
it a burger?
No, it's a patty.
Is it crushed? Is it pressed meat?
No.
What
Is it
then?
meat?
Yeah, there's meat in it. As if you don't know what patties
Is it in a
are.
pastry?
You know you're from Leeds, you know.
Is it in a
Why? Because
pastry?
we don't know about. You wouldn't have known anything about patties if it weren't for Soph and the family.
Is
Mate,
it
I've
like a
had patties
Canadian
for years,
steak?
Fuck
mate.
off. Nah,
Caribbean food's my favourite food. That's so...
it will be now.
No, I've had Caribbean food for years. If you don't know what patties is, you went and lived.
Is it like a
I believe
paste?
I've lived without patties.
A paste or a piece of meat? Are we talking?
Oh, can we also happy birthday to Charlotte?
Happy birthday,
Happy
Charlotte.
birthday, Charlotte.
How young are you? See what I did there? It's offensive to ask a woman how old they are. So
Can you please tell me what form this thing comes in?
A patty looks like a pasty, yeah, but it's a Caribbean patty. It's yellow.
Yellow.
Yeah.
It looks like a pasty.
So it looks like a chicken tikka pasty from Greg's.
No, you don't.
Well, that's a yellow pasty.
Do you know?
A patty pasty.
Nah, bro. The Jamaican Caribbean patties. I've had them for years.
Is it like a piece of meat though, or is it a paste?
It's like a pasta. It's like a pasty,
Yeah.
but they're in like a half circle, and they're
What's
called
in it?
patties. Like you can have Caribbean jerk chicken in it.
pasty.
No, you can have jerk
Is it
chicken.
a triangle shape?
No, it's like a half circle.
It looks like one of those Finders fucking
Have a look.
pancakes.
That's a patty.
It looks like one of those.
What's in them?
You can jerk chicken. You can have
like meat mush.
mutton.
Meat like meat mush.
Well, no,
It's like a big ravioli.
It looks like a Cornish pasty.
That isn't a patty. That's what I'm on about. Caribbean patties. That's not a patty.
No, maybe you're making them
It
wrong.
says Caribbean beef patties.
Yeah, but they ain't the ones, man. I'm on about the ones in a packet. You put in a microwave for a minute in every Caribbean
So
shop.
no, they're not the one then, because can't see fucking Mother Hubbard or whatever she's called over in fucking Jamaica whipping one in a fucking microwave for a minute.
Go into any Caribbean
We don't
food
even
shop.
have microwaves, bro.
Go into Caribbean. That was racist as fuck. Go into a Caribbean shop.
See how many Jamaicans have fucking microwaves? None.
That's how they warm patties up, bro. They put them in a microwave.
No, they fucking don't. But you just you keep
Listen.
telling me that Caribbean women, old Caribbean traditional mothers, are whipping fucking pancakes. In
My
front of-
best mate
No.
since I was fucking 15 is black, bro. I've ate Caribbean food for years. Every Caribbean shop I've ever been into, they put the patty in a microwave for a minute.
Right.
And
Okay. I understand what you're saying. But
I
what
ain't
you're
really
telling
seen
me-
a
you were from the
Caribbean shop.
ghetto.
It's because you're up here. If you go to Brum, they're full of Caribbean. You're in a Caribbean shop in Leeds.
Probably.
You
And
never
they're
had-
probably microwave them.
Have
I'm
you ever had
saying in
mutton?
Jamaica, where they fucking originate from, you're telling me that whatever the lady's name is, over there,
I never
has
said
whipped up
anything
some
about
patty.
that.
That's exactly what you said. In Jamaica, she's whipping a
I
microwave.
never said Jamaica. I said in Caribbean food
I
shops.
said in Jamaica, and you went, yeah, everyone puts them in one.
Oh,
minute
well, I didn't
microwave.
hear that.
Maybe
So-
the ones you get from fucking microwave shop
Have you
in
ever had-
Caribbean fucking city.
Have you ever had
Maybe.
mutton?
What?
You ever had mutton?
Well,
Steamed
man.
veg? Have you ever had steamed veg?
Yeah, have
Yeah.
you ever had steamed veg?
Yeah, look, from a Caribbean shop. Like jerk chicken, brown
I can have
stewed
steamed
chicken.
veg from my kitchen, bro.
Yeah, but have you had the Caribbean? Have you had stewed brown chicken?
All they do is put fucking seasoning on it.
yeah, but like, you
nothing
don't
Caribbean
know.
And then
about
bang
it.
it in a microwave.
Yeah, apparently.
Mate, you ain't, your Caribbean food's the bomb.
It
I'm
probably
telling you
is,
now.
mate. Original stuff. So you're telling me, perfect example.
You ever had
Finland?
coconut bread?
No.
Yeah, but I'd cut a goat.
Yeah.
That's nice.
What I'm
isn't
saying, I've had jerk chicken sauce. You're telling me that little geezer, the Indian geezer, the Sikh geezer, would come into that place and buy that curry, and you're telling me he did that in fucking microwave?
I'm saying that when you go
Proud
into
original chef, he will have cooked it in a pan.
I'm saying when you go to a Caribbean shop, patties come in packets.
Yeah, the fucking will do over here. When I want fucking French fries, I can buy microwavable McCain's. Don't mean the nice chips.
Trust
Don't mean
me,
it's the way they're meant to be
you,
cooked.
unless you've been to a Caribbean shop, you ain't gonna know. It's they've got put them in big pots, and a lot of the time,
Do you know, mate, you're right. Yeah, Rustlers does beat Five Guys.
no. If you go to a Caribbean shop and they've got a big pot of,
Scott's just commented about it.
Maureen's and Errol's.
I know what you're saying. Do you see what I'm saying? People that know about Caribbean, how would Scott know though he's vegan?
It
No,
wasn't always
it-
vegan.
Oh,
wasn't
true.
always
Yeah,
vegan.
true. Scott.
I agree with him. In a takeaway, they're going to whip them in a
No,
microwave.
if you
I'm
can-
saying the fucking the proper way of cooking
Scott
them.
knows.
I guarantee. I can tell you now. I've never had one. By looking at it, the proper way to cook them, they'll be shallow fried. Will not be done.
When
in
you go into a
microwaves.
Caribbean shop in
Shallow
Brum,
fried.
they'll say if you want, I don't know, mutton or whatever, mutton rice and steamed veg or whatever, they put it in a thing and they bang it in a microwave just to
I agree
heat it
with.
up.
I'm not like
And
you
it-
go to a Caribbean restaurant, they'll do that. because
Lewis,
they need
how
to
can
do it
you
on
say cool story, bro?
Lewis, you're the most boring person I've ever met in my life.
I love if
Your name in our staff chat is cool story, bro. Tell it again.
like, what's your favourite food, Jay?
Mexican.
Good shot. What's yours, Paul?
Mexican.
Steak.
Yours is steak as well, isn't it?
Nah, Mexican.
Mexican.
Fajitas.
See, mine's Caribbean.
Fajitas or burritos or enchiladas or
I'm not
quesadillas.
down enchiladas because I don't like how
Why?
the tortillas get crispy and bread.
If we're ever,
That's good.
if
I
we're
don't
ever
like
in
tacos.
You
Birmingham,
eat knife and
Tacos
fork
are
it. You don't
bull.
pick it up. Knife and fork
Yeah, I
it.
know, but tacos are well bullshit. I'll tell you, I'm
Tacos
gonna
are
bite
useless.
it. You
Tacos are useless.
You get a taco, you bite a quarter of it off, the rest of it crumbles like you've just been snapped in Avengers and you fuck off.
If
It
we're
fucks
ever
off with
together
your hands.
and we go through Brum, I'm going to take you to the best Caribbean shop in the UK, mate. And watch once you try this food, you'll be like, oh my God, what have I been missing?
It's like a road trip, is that?
Swear to God, I've tried pig foot. Everyone's like, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That I accidentally got a pig foot from a Caribbean shop for a wrong order. And I was with my pal, and my pal peeled it off, and he tried a bit, and it's banging.
Did it have toenails?
Yeah, it was a pig's foot, bro.
I couldn't. No.
Nah, it's been standing in its own shit and all sorts for years.
Yeah, you eat meat.
Like, listen, Scott, I'm not going to
What
go
about
on
the
vegan
skin? Do
thing,
you
mate,
eat the skin?
But you're definitely not having fajitas right now.
Do you know
You're
glue?
having something
Yeah.
plant work.
Do you know that's
in a
made
wrap.
from pig's feet?
Is
thought it was
fajitas
made
a
from
type
horses.
of food?
made from pig.
No, is it like
Nah.
a
Well, no,
Google
kind
it,
to
of
be
bro.
fair, yeah.
It
he's
says
been on that.
horses.
Google
a
it,
fajita
bro.
is a
Pig
form
style.
of eating.
Pig's
So
feet make
a
glue.
fajita would be stir fried or skillet fried chicken. Well, skillet
because you
fried
can
content.
get
I'd
any
say
kind
horse.
of
Google it.
fajita, can't you?
the,
A fish. fajita.
the process of a fajita is
You know I'm right in it.
wrap,
Yeah.
uncooked wrap, like
Google it.
untoasted wrap. So you wouldn't cook it in the fajita. You
No.
would wrap it in a fajita.
in a warm fajita.
Yeah, usually chicken or and
Beef,
veg.
steak.
And then the difference between all a burrito is a fucking a burrito is essentially a fucking beef fajita.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Well,
But then-
rice. You put a lot of rice in a burrito.
Yeah, but your fajita is the finished product. Your fajita is essentially the casing.
Am I right,
and the
Stu?
form
Yeah?
of
No.
eating. Because an enchilada is a fajita, but
I'm
it's
right,
not the finished product.
Google it.
Melted cheese
Yeah,
on
you
top.
put melted cheese on top, and you put the sauce on top. So you have an enchilada is a meal that's cooked in an oven.
Enchiladas.
Who would want
are
to go
probably
Brum?
my favourite
What do you
of
mean,
them.
man?
They're so
Me?
good, though.
You left Brum.
Brum, proud and fucking still
You
always
left
be
it
Brum.
twice.
Always be Brummy.
Majority of Brums that
Yum,
I've
yum.
met have all been
No,
turfed
Jack.
out of Brum.
I ain't been turfed out of nowhere. I'm a born and bred Brummie.
If you went back, would
if
you be
nobody
welcome?
likes Birmingham, suck my ass. That's what I think. That's
You've
how
left
proud.
Birmingham, so-
Yeah, only because of the situation. But if I
Are you
were
getting turfed out?
you mad, no one turfing, no one out of Brum. I love Brum, and I always will. And he's just saying that my accent's changing.
It definitely is.
It definitely is.
But you're definitely not as yam yam as you used to
I've
be.
never been Yam Yam Jay, so fuck you.
Do you know how I know? Both your mum and your daughter are both more Brummy than you are.
And I've definitely heard you say "A up."
People, can I just
Yeah.
fucking clarify this right now?
You can
Clarify.
Clarify.
Whatever, you muppets. You fucking Yorkshire puddings.
Sorry, oh, you're a Lancashire pudding, aren't you?
What I'm saying is there's a difference. Right now, I'm going to settle this argument between a Yam Yam and a fucking Brummie.
Go on.
A massive difference. A Yam Yam isn't
Oh,
a Brummie.
All y'all look alike.
All,
Can
you
you
mad?
speak?
You
Can you
mad?
speak yam yam?
No,
He is.
I'm not a Yammer. Bro, there's a difference for anyone from
we're
Birmingham here.
definitely-
You're
yum,
definitely a
yum,
whammer.
Anyone from Birmingham here will tell you there's
You're
a
a whammer,
difference.
bro.
Everyone that mentions Birmingham will go, oh, you're right, mate. We don't speak like
That's
that.
how you speak, though.
You are speaking like that.
Dude, I'm a fuck.
Fuck. I'm a fuck.
I'm a
What's a fuck?
Oh my fuck, mate.
What was that?
What was that?
That was
You sound like fucking Gino Di Campo.
You've got his tan.
Anyway, I'm a Brummie and I
Orange.
always will be.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I fucking love Leeds. I love Manchester, I love the Trafford Centre, it's amazing places.
Does the Yorkshire accent peck your head?
No?
Because he's learnt more of it than he's remembering more of Yorkshire. He's forgetting.
Who's
more
this
of it.
John geezer? Like, pipe down, mate. We don't sound the same.
John, I agree with you, mate. You do
I
all sound
like
same.
the Yorkshire accent. I do. It's not like Scouser, I can't fucking stand.
Have you started calling people love yet?
So,
No, I actually said sen.
Miss
me
Ann?
sen.
I said me sen the other day.
What
Yeah, but-
confuses
And I
you
said
the
it-
most?
The
In
only
car.
sort of Brummie end accent.
Look,
didn't
my
it?
mum, don't even start on Maz. She will kill you, bitch ass.
Your mum said she's no yam yam.
I'm no yam yam. We
Your
all
mum said
ain't.
she's no yam
We
yam.
all ain't.
We all
You seem like some sort of hybrid yam yam Yorkshireman. Yam yam Yorkshire.
There's a difference, man. It's offensive to some Brummies. You call a Brummie a yam yam.
Is
You'll
that
be
like
telling
the Newcastle?
Mackham thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's all but that all that ever is an excuse for a fight. Like it's bullshit. Like, oh, you're a Mackham. Oh no, I've been offended. Be offended then. Like
There's a huge
nothing
difference.
happens.
And it's really offensive, man. Really offensive to some
But you
brothers.
shouldn't be offended because you're a yam yam.
I'm not a fucking yam yam, Darren.
You
You're
sound like a
offending me.
yam-yam.
You're offending me.
Be offended then, bro. Nothing happens.
My mum will kill you.
Don't you dare send me your postcode.
You know my postcode, you little bitch, and you still ain't been.
Man's rolling up.
Rolling up deep. What are you all laughing at? Like you're gonna do something? Yorkie am. Wow.
Yeah, that's what you're
I'm
like.
proud to be a Brummie. I love Yorkshire though. I'm not gonna lie. I actually do love Pudsey.
You're not going to lie. I'm just
That will fucking whack you with that.
lie. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, I'm going to finish your nutsack off as soon as I get
No,
out
you
there.
don't, Dal. Don't,
Gay.
please, mate. Please don't.
Nah, you
I'll
whacked me.
pay you, man. Please don't.
No, mate, no. Did you witness a sack shot from him to me?
I'm gonna tuck it,
I
man.
actually saw it happen and then watched on here again because it was funny.
I'm gonna tuck it.
Took it, mate. I let it from back.
Don't, please
take
don't,
it,
mate.
Take it.
I had
Not
to
bad
sleep
English.
naked for a week, man, because of that.
I'm going for 2 this
I
time.
couldn't sit down. Yam yam sound thicker. There you go. Go on, argue with my mum, man. I swear she'll drive up here and kill you.
Yeah, so it's right then. Your mum's not helping you.
You know what,
bro.
mum? I'm outnumbered here. Fuck them all. 3-1.
Is that your mum?
Bunch of pussies. Yeah.
I'm gonna add her.
Fucking, you'll be adding a new front tough as well, Paul.
Don't start Marie. You'll have a problem with me. I like Marie.
You'll have a problem with Big Dave. You don't want to mess with Dave. What did James Boy say to my mum? Called her a MILF, innit?
Yeah.
Oh, so.
There's worse things he could have said. than that.
Yeah.
Compliment.
James Boyd's savage as well.
Yeah.
See, I like Marie. If you upset Marie, I'm going to smash your face in.
Yeah, you tell him.
Treat her well.
Sit
Don't,
down, Stu.
don't want to
Send
mess
us a
with,
friend
Stu,
request.
Stu's been through enough. I'm going to finish
you
you
don't
off.
want to mess with my old man. My old man won't send you the postcode. My old man will be at your postcode.
Just request me up.
Oh, weirdo, Paul. That's my fucking mother's goose. I'll stick that road mark in your fucking arsehole in a minute.
You just said my mother's goose.
My mother's goose. Mum, tell him to cough.
Oh.
Tell him to fuck off, mum. Mum, tell him.
See, the only
You
one.
know, if my mum was here now, you'd shit your pants, I'm telling you, because she'd be straight in your grill, like what you saying,
She
Paul.
won't. She'd be sitting right next to me.
Nah.
Oh, I reckon you should just get Marie up.
I'll be letting her share this mic.
No comment, man.
I think we should leave it there.
Oh, don't.
Fuck you, Paul.
I'm nursing. It's really difficult
Anyway,
to masturbate.
fuck
to these
off,
What I've been trying to
Please.
say for the past 10 minutes is the only difference I couldn't tell a Yam Yam and a Brummer apart because I think they do all.
Yes,
sound
you
and
could.
look alike. No, I couldn't.
If there was a Yamaria
The
and I
fucking-
was
What do you
here-
mean,
Is
you
it the ones
people?
from Black Country that speak different?
Yes.
They're like, dude, lie. You can tell them a mile off.
Yeah, yam
Like-
yams.
Are they?
Yes.
That's what you sound like.
Dal, you've just blatantly said that I don't. You've just said,
No,
I could
blatantly
tell.
said- I said I can tell the difference between the two.
Yes.
So I can tell the difference.
So
you
one's a
speak like
yam
that.
yam and one's a Brummie.
Are you anywhere? Are
You
you,
sound
from
like-
anywhere near Dudley?
I'm a fuck nowhere near the shithole place.
Right, but you
Is it
all
that
I
bad?
said then was I can tell the difference between a Yam Yam and a Brummie, and you sound like a Yam Yam Brummie.
It's like Wolverhampton and Dudley and
Yeah, exactly. Well, I can't hear no different.
Can you tell the difference between a Yorkshire accent, like different places in Yorkshire?
I can tell like the born and bred people, like the one like his old man, and even Dal. Do you know what I mean? Dal's proper Yorkshire. Like I can tell, you know, like that old woman that comes in, and she's a proper fucking Yorkshire woman, and she.
Yeah, but if you go up to like Holmfirth, it's strong.
So what's Paul?
There,
Are you proper Yorkshire?
if you go to
Born
South,
and
if
bred.
you go to South
Bramley
Yorkshire,
born and bred, aren't you?
Stu,
Yeah.
if you go to South
I'm
Yorkshire
Bramley born and
or like
bred.
the top of West Yorkshire, like
Broadleys.
So talk different in Silsden.
That
what?
was the main road. Upper
Talk
Rodley.
That's
different in Silsden.
North Yorkshire.
Too posh for me.
West Yorkshire is not as posh.
Where we
East
west?
Yorkshire's not posh at all.
Where we
And
west?
South Yorkshire's kind of the same. South Yorkshire and some parts of West Yorkshire are very like, oh, that and thee, and never seen that before. And oh, that.
If you go to Barnsley and Doncaster, places like that,
They just
I used-
sound
I
like,
used to
oh,
actually
give me some
work-
smack.
yeah.
I used to work in Doncaster. Are we West Yorkshire?
Yes.
Yeah.
Born
Well,
and
we are.
raised.
We are.
Well, we are, yeah, but I live in Manchester. What? 0161.
Lancashire.
Lancashire.
Keep your fucking red rose, you crank.
Dickhead.
Red rose for
Do you
blood.
know, like when you're
You
driving
lost.
along M62 and you're heading towards Leeds and you go past that part where there's a white rose and a red rose on each side of the motorway?
Do you ever wish you'd gone for the white rose?
Do you look at white rose and go, oh, Jesus, I'm back in heaven?
I
Did
don't
you-
even
did you
know
ever-
what the
did you ever
roses
know-
are. to
did
be
you
honest.
ever
The
know-
white
noticed-
rose is coming into Yorkshire. The red rose on opposite sides going into Lancashire.
Yeah,
This,
that's where I live.
this is how much into my blood personally the whole Lancashire Yorkshire argument
You
goes
got one
back for me.
tattooed on you?
Yeah, do you know why our logo is a white rose with a red ram?
Why?
Because the white rose is for Yorkshire and the red ram is to piss Lancashire off that we're using their colour. That's why. That's
Oh,
why our
don't
logo
care.
is-
No.
That's why I designed my logo designed that way. The reason the ram is red is to piss Lancashire off, saying yeah, we've got red and what?
But I don't care that I live in Manchester. I don't care that I work in Leeds. I care about Brum. That's where I'm from.
But you
You should just move over to Leeds and just have done with it.
No.
How long ago did you live in Brum though? You were in Hereford before then.
Yeah, I only lived in Hereford for like 6 months, a year.
Still left it though.
When was the last
Never
time you
left.
lived
Left
in
it for
Brum?
Hereford as well.
Yeah, that's a shout. I'll give you that one.
Like the
I
skid
lived in
mark.
Brum my whole life, bro.
I know, but when did you move back? When did you get turfed out?
I never got turfed out. You'll be getting turfed out this room, you carry on. I moved into Soph's house when I met Soph. 6 months, 7 months, well, longer. The Soph will be able to tell you. Months. I used to drive 150 mile a day to see Soph.
That's commitment, is that?
Telling you. That's what I'm about.
No, don't talk to me about commitment. When I first matched Rebecca on Tinder, I was expecting her to drive up A1 to Newcastle. Then when she told me she lived in Rodley, I was like a winner. Buzzing.
That was a touch.
Yeah, I was well happy 4 minutes drive. I was planning a 2-hour drive up for a bit.
But on that note, tonight's
I'd have been gutted though. I didn't even get a bit on first night. If I'd have driven to fucking Newcastle, I wouldn't have seen her again.
Tonight's been good. Fuck all you people that are slating Birmingham and Paul Young.
4 minutes drive I could deal with. I could deal with a 4 minute drive and not getting a bit. What I can't do with is a 2-hour drive, 4 hour round trip and not getting no. I'd be like, nah.
Driving home
Nah.
with a stiffy.
5 months after. Yeah, I know.
You definitely pull in at service and sort that out before you set off driving for a long one.
Danger wanking up
5
motorway.
months after officially got together, you moved in.
That's not a gear stick.
Sophie just commented 5
That's why
months.
you have an auto now.
5 months.
Started leaving a couple of
Freeze
pants
up
and that
one
there.
hand, Jay. Guaranteed free hand.
Officially got together, you moved.
Vaping's optional, so you can just put your mod down.
But for 5 months, I travelled
Just have it
backwards and
attached like a
forwards
straw.
Police like, oh, he's got his sat nav on. Nah, he's got a fucking memory card with some films
because
on.
I love my girl. I love her. Say what you want. Think what you want. Haters, man. That's all you are, haters. Fuck Leeds.
Yeah, but I love my I love my gal, but I have to talk to you all the
Who
time.
said that?
You-
I love my gal. That don't even make sense, mate.
That's what you said.
Stop trying to be a brummie.
I'm not, mate. I can promise. I can promise you, I'm not.
I know. I'm glad you're not. You could never be a brummie.
Oh, I've heard it all before.
That's what you are. Sucker.
I've been to Birmingham a few times and I've never seen the sunshine there once.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you've only been down there
Because you fucking block the sun, the
Nah.
orange fucking piece of shit.
No, it's just got a cloud hanging over it. It's like smog or something.
You've
like
got a
that. It's
fucking-
awful in
How have
Brum.
you ever ended up working in Brum then? Because like you usually overcharge people, don't you?
Imagine how much I charge to go to Brum.
Paul, you've got a Hillfinger t-shirt and pipe down.
Hillfinger.
High flinger.
Oh, God.
I hadn't seen you change that top for about 2 weeks.
That's funny because I've only wore it that barbecue.
And the day after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And day after that.
Mad. I bet I've got
After
more
that-
clothes than all three of you in my wardrobe.
So why do you
So why do you
wear-
wear the same one?
I haven't worn this for a week.
I
You were
mentioned,
changing it tomorrow though.
I mentioned it last Monday and you got straight with me.
Why are you making out like I'm a fucking tramp? You fucking donuts. You pick on me time. Fuck, next Monday I ain't doing a podcast. You can all shut up. It's always pick on me. Now you know why I get so fucking mad because all you like, oh, well, Yorkshire boys and all that is fucking rattle Stu's cage. You can all suck my fucking left
To be
testicle.
fair, Josh is from Lancashire. Where you now?
Couldn't
Where
give
you
a
now?
fuck where
Hang
any
on,
of you
don't,
from.
Don't you live in Lancashire?
Yeah.
Oh, just say.
I don't give a shit. It's always pick on fucking
That's where
Stu.
Josh is from.
Where who's from?
I thought he was my boy, Joe.
I just like to give everything a stir, mate, now and again.
Okay.
It's always the popcorn gift's always a good one to just throw in there. I try and keep the peace.
You want to see some
The
of our
peace.
chats? Our chats go off.
Your chats go off. Ours don't.
I think I've rage quit every chat I've been in.
Pretty much. Most of.
Oh, well.
That group chat went off on one other day though, didn't it? Jesus Christ.
It's all fun and games.
It is.
Till someone gets there.
You bite so easily, like, yeah, I do. Fuck you, Scott. Nobody
He's
got
right,
it.
he's right, though. You do bite easily.
But on that note, I'm fucking off because I'm pissed off and I'm starving you. Fuck you all, man. Swear to God, piece of shit. Thanks everyone that tuned in. It's a fucking take the piss out of Stu night.
It's been a good one today. I don't know how long we've been on for. 1 hour 49 minutes.
Yeah.
Jesus
How did
Christ.
you know that, Paul? Because the fucking the timer you've got on you.
Yeah.
Well,
Next Monday. Don't forget for the drop tomorrow, man. We
So
drop.
you're not doing it tomorrow, next Monday?
It depends what fucking goes on in a week. Don't need to have to drop my postcode a couple more times.
Oh, fucking hell. Shit God down.
These are all talkers, man. I told you, let's get some fucking gloves, man.
Jesus Christ.
I've got some gloves.
Let's do it then, bro. Get the gloves right now and I'll fight all three of you.
Let's do it.
Get the gloves right now, and I'll fight all three of you.
No. Because I ain't carrying you to the car.
Do it, man. Let's go 40%. I'll fight all three of you with gloves on.
Why 40%?
Because you can't fucking feel each other in real.
Listen, mate, I go 100 or nothing.
Yeah, just move out.
We're Yorkshire.
You've seen the straight arm.
Ah.
I've heard about a clothesline.
Yeah, Dale's clothesline will take out all three of us.
Still goes 100%,
It
mate.
does.
Everything I do is 100%.
If you eat even that arm in your mouth, you're definitely going to want a cardboard straw. I'm telling you. Still need to fight the ram. Get the ram, man. You're all talkers. I'm saying.
You'd
All right,
never
we'll get
beat
a
a
ram.
ram.
Stu will fight the ram.
When we went to that ice cream place, there were a goat there.
I bet
or
you
a ram
shit
there,
it.
and we were
You're
like,
mad. You come up with these ideas. I'm saying
You came up with the fucking ram idea.
I didn't mention the fucking ram, Dale.
You mentioned fighting a ram.
No, I never. Cole and that mentioned, showed me a video of a geezer getting pushed around by a ram. I said, all you have to do is grab him by the horns. Everyone piped up saying, oh, you reckon you can fight a ram? I said, get a ram here, I'll break its neck.
yeah, you were
No,
literally were like, I
it was
will knock that fucking ram
Get-
clean out.
Yeah, and you'll use a pipe. Look, we're going to get a ram. Watch you, so get a ram. I'm still down. I told you talkers. Get the ram here, and I'll fight the ram.
That ram would just take you clean
Then
out,
stop
man.
talking. Let's do it. Let's do it.
If there's anyone on this
You can
podcast that's
shake your head,
got
but you
access to a
say,
ram,
We'll get a ram. We'll get Stu a ram. You're all saying it. I'm still down. To
If there's
fight the
any
ram.
rams watching who'd like to take part in the podcast,
some ram in a field, like
Get the ram.
Fuck that.
This
up.
wasn't my idea again. I just said I would fight it.
With gloves or without.
Whatever. You
You
ain't.
need gloves, mate. You punch that ram's head, your hands break.
I wouldn't break. I wouldn't punch the ram. I told you. I'll fucking break its legs. I'll break its legs, and you're all gonna feel sorry when the ram's on the floor bleeding. I'm just fucking off because I don't give a shit.
Even
about
if
the
you were wearing shin guards, that ram would snap your shins.
ram. Paul,
Yeah, break your little chicken legs in seconds.
get the ram. Get the ram.
See, us Yorkshire folk could probably handle it because we're in fields and stuff like that. You brums, no chance.
You don't know what fields are. You don't know how to handle a field, bro.
do you even feel?
You might be able to handle yourself in the urban environment, mate. You get us out in countryside, dangerous.
Concrete jungles, no compared to livestock.
we know how to navigate the country. All these stone walls, mate. We're like that. Every time you drive past a stone wall, we're like that.
And this was never
Dry
my idea, man.
stone.
Yeah.
This was never my idea.
Just think every time you find down a country road, going, where are these geezers at? We've seen you, mate, in this stone wall.
All these.
We've greyed up his face, and we're like that.
And I just get ganged up on all the time, man. I'm the brummy outsider, man. That's what happens.
Nah,
I'm the
we
outsider.
are the pillar on a stone gate post. We're like that.
I'm the outsider. That's what happens, guys. So, the real.
Get into some open fields, mate. Them rams and us
It's coming out
country
now.
bumpkins. We'll have a shotguns and that with the shotgun licenses. We'll go around shooting random scruffy kids.
I'm the outcast. That's what's happened.
Huh?
I'm the outcast. That's what it is. All use. I'm
Stu versus livestock.
down.
Is that what Stu said? It'd become dead stock.
Mate, if we fetched a ram in here, it'd cause damage in this room.
Yeah, fuck
Yeah,
that. I'm not
smash
bringing it in my premises.
Wherever.
She wants to fight a ram, get in a farmer's field and kick it in.
I'll send you my postcode. Put it in my garden.
Rams are loyal to the auction.
Put it in my, bring it
Stu's
round my
there.
gaff.
Stu, I've got a number for this ram. Okay, here we are.
Rams don't care if you're a person or a car. It'll just take you out.
You're talking shit about the ram.
A ram
The
would put
ram-
a dent in a car.
Yeah, but you ain't gonna. I ain't touching its head. I'm gonna snap its leg and it'll be
You're
crippled
gonna
on the
get to
floor.
its leg.
I'm gonna break its leg and it'll be fucking me on the floor doing nothing. Watch.
I'm
Get the
telling you, it'll break your leg
Have you
before
not
you break
get
his
the ram.
legs.
Get the
Rams
ram.
charge, man. Have you seen how stocky they are?
Get the fucking ram, man. I'm sick. I've had this conversation.
You'd never snap a ram's legs, man. It's got muscle upon muscle.
His legs are about that thick, mate. I'll grab
You
it. I'll
won't get
bend
to
it the
his
wrong
legs.
way.
If
Yeah,
you
no.
go down to get it, its head's going down. And
Have you
as soon as
seen?
it gets a
What
straight
ram
back-
does? The ram will run at you, and they jump from about fucking 2
Yeah,
yards
yeah.
from you, and they fucking go through you. You aren't getting near his legs, but he's gonna charge you, and he's gonna fold you in
They
half.
give it the Superman they
I
do.
don't
Get
want.
the ram.
I don't want my friend to get hurt. That's
Get the
why
ram.
it's not happening.
Get the
'cause
ram.
The ram will
Meh.
fuck you up.
The rat. That's what noise it be doing when it's in a puddle of blood and yous are all cleaning the shit up. I'm telling you.
We'll be cleaning you off its fucking head.
Let's do it then.
The bits of your face.
This was never my idea. This was
Ram will
Dickhead's
look like-
idea over there.
This
He started this.
You would get some bruises off of a
You
ram.
get fucked up. It'd be
I
like
probably
you'd
will.
have Nicolas Cage's face on this ram.
You probably
Looking
will
to
hurt me.
swap.
But it ain't. That ram will be worse off than me.
It fucking would.
I'm telling you.
That ram's going home.
They're made out of steel. Them
Why
things.
do you think you don't ever get any ram burgers? No one can kill the fucking things.
Look, that's
I
a
think
ram
this
on
is
his
gonna
top.
have to be
yeah?
a poll. We'll have to do a poll on this.
That's a ram on Dale's top there.
Everyone's
You
gonna
reckon
say
you
the
could
ram
grab
bit.
that by antlers?
No, I wouldn't be.
Horns, dickhead.
I wouldn't be grabbing it.
Antlers.
You're missing the point here. How do you think it gets shaved and that, bro? I'll grip it by that wall and I'll flip it up in the
How
air.
many times have you seen a shaved ram?
I've never seen a shaved ram.
Oh,
You can't
fuck the
fucking
ram.
grip a ram. You tell why? Like I say, why?
Listen, I'm getting asked,
Unless
man.
you're from Yorkshire.
To answer this question, why do you never get a ram burger?
I don't know.
Because you can't kill the fucking things. They're like turtles, tortoises. You can't
I'll
kill
fucking
the bastards.
ripe the back end out of it. I'll hold on to it and I swear it won't get its head nowhere near me. I'll grip it, right, and it won't be able to get its head nowhere near me.
You will not be able to stop a ram's head.
No, I'll
Like a
jump on
sneak
I'll
attack.
jump on its back, mate.
fuck
And I'll
you
hold
up.
it.
It's take you clean down the road.
Stu's like, oh, fucking hell. I didn't do it. Oh, shit. The fucking ram's just got his leg in mouth going, fucking dick.
Yeah, I'm sick of the talk, man. I'll prove to you. Everything I've ever said, I'll prove to you. Do it, let's sort it.
Ram's gonna fuck you up.
Let's do it.
He'll show it. Look, like, there's going to be one moment, get a notification.
Stu went
Stu
live.
Vates Matthews is now live on Facebook. I'm in a field. and I'm about to fuck this cunt up.
I fucking told you that I'm gonna fuck this fuck. And then all of a sudden, this ram just comes up and takes his head off. You're like,
Let's do it.
okay, I
You
was
say
wrong.
that, but
You
you
don't
don't
wanna
want to
do it
when he turns camera around and there's a fucking ram there with a broken leg.
You don't want to do it in like a pen or like with a big stone wall surrounding
I
you.
don't want a field. I want to be in a room.
You can't
Oh,
be
you've
in a
got
room
no
with a
chance,
ram.
man.
It's like, you're in my
I
world.
want to be in a closed space.
A ram would put you through plasterboard. It
You
would.
don't want to be
Easy.
in a closing, confined space.
You want to be able to run away, saying that you don't want a ram to get momentum either. You want it to be in a smaller room. That's the only way it could beat it.
I want to be in a
unfair.
closed space like this. A garden. Small garden. Gal's garden.
Do you think you could take on a silverback?
Fuck off. You're all just taking a piss. I'm
Do
going.
you think would you give a silverback a go?
No chance, man. Have you seen how stocky
Fuck
they are?
you all.
You need to
That'd
sign it off,
fuck
bro.
anyone
My
off.
ears are sweating, bro. You're pissing me off.
He's getting angry about this ram because he's going to lose.
I don't care about the ram.
So you keep saying this, you don't care, but you get very passionate about stuff you don't care about.
Is it because if it was anyone else saying it, it'd be like, yeah, you probably fucking would, you know what I mean? Yorkshire lad. Fucking right, bab. Right, man.
All right, mate.
All right, love. Fucking hell. Oh, well, it is what it is. So, yeah, on that note, fuck Rams. Fuck Leeds.
Can't handle Leeds.
Oh, I'm just going to fucking suck this mic off any minute, I swear to God.
Johnson food, not say bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you for joining me.
Bye now.
Thank you for sharing.
Are we off?
And
Stu's in a bad mood now.
peace
He's
out.
getting hangry. You can tell by his face. Hangry.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Tony Stark dies.
Oh, nah. Nah.